good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Whenever you're listening to this, welcome to the internet's most sophisticated wrestling podcast, discussing the weekly aspects of it all, right here on
The Bald Monkey Wrestling Podcast.
All right. I think we're live.
I'm still listening to the music, technically.
Are you?
Yep. Positively. Don't start double stuff life. Hey, don't start double stuff life in the chat, okay? Listen, chat. I need you to not be toxic towards a single stuffer right off of the bat, because I'm traveling right now and my emotions are high, and you might end up breaking me today. It's not a good thing.
Calling yourself
Welcome, everybody.
a single stuffer is not a very good icebreaker.
Don't call yourself a double stuffer either. I don't know that calling yourself a single stuffer or a double stuffer is a really good pickup line in the
Hey, honey.
pantheon of.
Hey, honey, I like to double stuff.
I'm a double stuffer, baby. Yeah, not ideal. So welcome, everybody. For those of you who come week to week, you may notice something looks weird about the room that I'm sitting in. Is that a fire alarm?
It's a lovely piece of artwork back there. What is that?
I'm traveling. I am not in South Carolina. I am in Pennsylvania. And let me tell you something. This mic, it might pick up some weird shit because I'm right next to Sesame Place. I'm right next to Sesame Place in Pennsylvania for work purposes. But there's just families and kids all over the place. Like earlier, I was trying to take a nap, like 3 to 5, take like a little 2-hour nap or whatever, and I just kept getting woken up by. I feel like an old man when I complain about that stuff too, because, I guess I used to be that kid, but now I'm like, you whippersnappers, get off my lawn.
Whippersnappers.
So here we are.
We're here.
And I would like to talk about wrestling, and we have no topic today. So typically we have a topic, like we watched a pay-per-view, or last week we talked about entrance music and stuff like that. But I really just kind of want to talk about the current state of wrestling, and I want to get some questions from the people in chat, and I want people to challenge us, ask us difficult questions. Ask us a question we can't answer so that we can say, I can't answer that question. It's a trap. It's seriously a trap.
It's a trap.
How was my week? How was everybody's week? Well, me personally, the week was it was so. Like I said, I've been up in PA for business, so I was even working today and getting filthy, putting machines together and whatnot. But happy to be done for the weekend, taking tomorrow off. Was catching up on some wrestling. Was thinking it's kind of weird. Is Raw and SmackDown suddenly worth watching again? Is that a thing?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided. I mean, The Fiend is back, so it's interesting, and they're doing something different with this. What are they called? What's the faction? It's like
Retribution.
it's Retribution.
Yeah, Retribution.
It's basically like Fight Club meets what? Like, I don't know. The Ninjas.
Fight Club meets
Nexus?
terrible name. Terrible name. It means terrible name. I don't know if you guys like Retribution, but like, yeah, terrible name, in my opinion.
No.
My humble single
Well,
stuff opinion.
I don't know if it's worth watching. I did not watch either this week. I watched AEW and I caught up on some independent wrestling, but that is all I watched as far as wrestling goes this week.
It's funny how we've transitioned to all this independent wrestling. Like when this podcast, so let's actually, before I get into that little rant, we've got the Triforce here, right? The Triforce of beautiful pink
Triumvirate.
faces for everybody to see. And if you ever like looked at the original like write-up of what our podcast was, it was always talking about going to a bar and just sitting down and talk about wrestling. Well, that was 1, 2, 3. I mean, that was us. We kept going to bars and we would sit there and we'd talk for hours, having a couple drink skis, talking about wrestling, and
Drinks,
you know,
like that.
here we are. Here we are again. It feels good. It feels good. You know what? I was watching, I'm reading the chat and they're talking about the Alexa Bliss angle, and I was watching some of the clips for that, and that's the type of stuff that's making me ask this. This is like, man, you know, Alexa Bliss is good. Bray's good. Braun is better when he's just angry all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna wait for that one. I was like, what's
So
different about Braun? Is pretty much the same, right?
Braun's well, Braun's not different, but when he can just fully embrace being the bad guy, I think he's better. So,
You know,
Yeah.
maybe.
there's one thing I think. Thanks for hosting Wrestling with the MMA. There's one thing that I think for sure is working, and that's Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, and it's been working since day one. That to me is something they should be putting all their eggs in, because Sonya Deville is the next, and this is a bad comparison because I don't want her to become this, is the next Becky Lynch. Sonya Deville is going to be that big star for WWE. I really think so.
Man, that's some high praise there, bud. I don't know. What do you think, Steven? Sonya Deville, is she doing it for you?
I don't know if she's the next Becky Lynch. I think she's Sonya Deville. Leave her alone. Don't try to compare to nothing because she has a different style. Let her get over the way she is. You're right, though. I mean, since day one, them together and them apart, it's worked.
But I think the bigger thing is what he means when he says the next Becky Lynch.
No.
I don't know that talking about like character. He's just saying the
No.
rocket that is propelled. No,
No.
he definitely means that, and he's just wrong, right?
Yeah.
I agree. Most of the time, I just think he's wrong in general. So, but I actually have to, begrudgingly agree with you today about Sonya Deville. We have long been Sonya Deville fans, and I'll say again that the promo, that Mandy did, I didn't really watch the whole show, but I was watching stuff here and there. That promo was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That she did. So I don't know. Some potential there. Inevitably they're gonna break something.
Well, you know what's weird? Like, you kind of turned me on to this idea of watching Twitter and social media, and that's how you can keep up with wrestling, like with WWE. You can literally watch, what is it? WWE on Fox is one of the Twitter handles, or something like that, or
Sure.
and you can watch like just a couple of clips of that, never have to watch the episode and know exactly what's going on. And I've been doing that for weeks where I don't need to tune in. I could just watch the Twitter feed and go, all right, I know what's going on. And that's bad, right? That's not good. You want people to want to watch. You don't want people to just want to watch Twitter. They need to fix something because they need me to watch. They need me to tune in. They need every viewer they can get right now. but
So, wrestling with the MMA, are they going to use Braun versus Wyatt Fiend to help turn Alexa? And my response to that is, are we sure Alexa isn't already turned? I mean, because that's kind of, I hate to get into the predictability of WWE booking sometimes, but isn't it like this last episode proof that maybe she's already turned, but she's just putting on a good face, you know, doing the act, going through the motions.
so it turned to what though? What are we saying Alexa Bliss is? Is she a good guy or a bad guy right now?
Well, generally speaking, you would say anybody that has come into contact with a Wyatt eventually is a bad guy, right?
But technically, we're saying she's a good guy right now, a face.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's not nearly as wishy-washy as like a Shorty G character who's just confusing, and
See,
one day he's a face. Shorty G has become like the big show of the SmackDown roster right now. Like,
very,
wait
very.
a second, am I supposed to boo him or cheer him?
I don't.
This is what you do. Even though he's really short, you cut him in half. You boo one half and you cheer the other half. I don't know what, left, right. I
No.
don't know. Figured out.
No, that's terrible. Alexa Bliss has
I
never
am
been
terrible.
never been a face to me. She's continually been a heel, just not screwing over her teammate for this period of time. Like she's just never turned on her partner, but she's always been a heel. She's never really truly been a face to me. So yeah, I mean, I could see the idea that the Braun versus Wyatt Fiend thing is turning her, but was she ever really a true face, or is she just waiting to become Alexa Bliss, the super heel, like she's been really great at?
The super.
Super heel.
Shorty G confuses me. He needs to go away from Corbin. I feel like I disagree. I think that, and this is maybe an unpopular opinion, because there's a lot of people that hate on Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's awesome. I know you agree with me, Christopher.
I do.
Baron Corbin is awesome. And that's not to say that he's likable. Oh, man. Nothing of the sort. He's not likable at all. But he plays that role so well. He's necessary. And there was a good stretch of ground when he first became King Corbin that he was like carrying certain parts of the story. I mean, what they do on the other side. Now, was I a big fan of Shorty G Corbin initially? I don't know. Well, yeah, but you need old school heel heat, chick shit heel. Like, yeah, exactly.
It's a great way to
that,
explain
that
it.
is what he is.
Yeah.
It is exactly what he is, and that's necessary in wrestling. Every single time, like, we get so far away of what is important in wrestling, and then you have these things happen that show you, like, reorient your priorities and make you think to yourself, man, all these different generations of wrestling, something was right and something was wrong, and we like forget the past, like we forget it. So like that's why I enjoyed Talking Shopomania so much, because there were like it was funny in a way that where I don't know, where it kind of was playing off some of the old school, the old school stuff, the Attitude Era stuff, and that's the type of stuff that we're missing in wrestling today. The type of funny bits that they do, like in WWE right now, they're awful. They're horrible because they just I don't know. They don't have like the old segments used to have. I don't know.
Who's one of your
Hello?
who's one of your favorite like old school bad guys? Because people criticize Corbin and what his style is, but I mean vintage is right and you're right. You need that, and that works. But I don't think we have a lot of those guys anymore that we used to have back in the day. The 80s
Yeah, I
80s
liked.
wrestling. There's a lot of good bad
Yeah,
guys.
A lot of good ones for sure. A lot of bad ones too.
No pun intended.
It's funny.
Rude,
It's so
Jake the
funny.
Snake. Yeah,
Rick Rude, good. Jake, I was gonna say Jake the Snake actually. That was going to be the one that I said.
That's
in
a good
particular.
one.
I definitely miss Jake the Snake. But yeah,
$1 million man.
FTR was a good version of that kind of bad guy, but they didn't know what to do with them. They kept turning them into a comical act instead of the, you know, Baron Corbin, Jake the Snake, Rick Rude version of a bad guy. They were making them comedy bad guy, which Owen Hart. Owen Hart was probably one of the best heels of his time, and he was just a wise ass dickhead, and it was awesome. Like, he was an amazing heel to his family, his brother, anyone he took on. And you get cocky guys right now, but you don't get the heel guy that really pays off like Corbin does. There's not a ton of them.
but I also think, you know, we have grown accustomed to really enjoying heels to the point where we started to root for them. So we don't have classic heels that are just like bad guys. You know, I mean, there are exceptions to that, right? I know last week we talked about Ciampa, and like the best version of Ciampa that's ever been is the guy who doesn't even need to walk out to music and everybody's screaming "F you, Ciampa." I
Yeah.
mean, that is like the epitome of hitting that heel heat. But you get to like the Attitude Era and stuff like that, and the guys that are the bad guys, they're like they end up being lovable bad guys though. Like The Rock, when he's getting heat, he's such a good talker that people love him. DX, they're not the good guys at all, but everybody loves them. So it's hard, I think, to capture that bad guy, and that's what I think Corbin's so good at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like vintage dreams. I like maniacally laughing, twirling a big mustache, like the million dollar man laugh, but with a giant mustache. Just laughing. That'd be amazing.
I want
All
a
right,
wrestler with a Fu Manchu. Love Fu Manchus.
Jimmy does love Fu Manchus.
Yeah. What is your opinion on the Randy Orton Legend Killer period? Like, the original Legend Killer period was awesome. I was a big fan, and I was actually like on Twitter a couple days ago when I traveled up, and I was asked about like Randy Orton now, and it's kind of interesting that he's in kind of this mini Legend Killer type of phase at the moment. But the only thing I don't like about it is that whole McIntyre saving him, so setting up Randy Orton McIntyre. I don't want Randy Orton to be part of the title picture. He doesn't need to be. He just doesn't need to be. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
but
No, but honestly, I think they're doing it, and they're doing it to take the belt off of McIntyre to set up Randy Orton Edge later on down the line for the belt, from what I see online. Which I don't think that feud, when they do finish it, needs the belt.
I don't know. I mean, we
I
say
hate
that all
that.
the time, though. You know, it's interesting. One of the things that we say all the flipping time is doesn't need a belt, doesn't need a belt, doesn't need a belt. But what's funny is, well, what needs a belt? What needs a belt then?
None of it.
This does not need a belt. But I also don't think Drew McIntyre needs to be involved in this at all. I mean, isn't there somebody else we can throw at it to make it just as good, if not better?
I think it's out of necessity because I think because Edge was out with the shoulder or elbow injury, whatever he had the surgery for, they had to do something and keep Orton's.
Well, wait a second. Wait, how much time do you need? How much time do we need for Edge?
I don't know.
So why not do this? Why not have Triple H get involved and have Randy Orton run over Triple H? And then why not have Dave Batista come back and get I'm sorry, did I say Triple H? Randy Orton. Sorry. Triple H, have Randy Orton run over Triple H, run over Batista, and then
No,
yeah.
this
what?
is not you. This is not you. Who is this? Like, are you just oddly in some hotel room and the air is not? Is it too thin up there or something going on? Because you're the guy
No.
that gets pissed off that they're always bringing back these old nostalgia acts.
Not when they use them.
Oh,
Not when you
come
use
on.
them against
No.
each other.
No.
Not when you use them against
No.
each other.
No.
That's not when not when you use them against each other. I said from day one when it was going to be Edge versus
4 to
Orton,
5 months. 4 to 5 months.
Was I a fan? Was I a fan of Edge versus Orton? I can't say that I was. But that being said, I was happy that they paired those two together because
Jimmy just took the double stuffed heel too.
But I was happy that they paired them together because I did not want them messing with opportunities for younger guys.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I'm saying you progress this story in a way where you don't have to mess with young guys' opportunities. We don't need to mess with Drew McIntyre. Give him.
But he's not a young guy.
And I don't. But I don't want this to come up the wrong way. Give him a better opponent than Randy Orton. Because the problem is these guys, these nostalgic guys, and Randy Orton has turned into one of those throughout his years. They don't do a lot of unique wrestling.
Yeah, but he can still go.
Stuff.
But it's the same stuff.
That's a critique of WWE in general. You know,
but Randy can wrestle. Randy's good. Randy's a good wrestler.
Yes, he can wrestle. He can wrestle. But again, I was always so hard on Randy Orton because I didn't want him ruining opportunities. I mean,
there's always going to be a guy, but there's always going to be a guy ruining opportunities. That's just the nature
of his name is Goldberg, and he ruins everybody's opportunities.
Let's jump back.
Wait a second. His name is Vince McMahon, and he ruins everybody's opportunities.
Let's jump back to Little Psychopath and about DX, because I want to talk about that because that was an interesting comment. So someone argued with them that DX were heels. They said they were anti-heels. So what is DX to you? What was DX in there?
So you're saying they're anti-heroes, right? So they're basically the best example, the best way for a person to understand what an anti-hero is in wrestling is to think of Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's it. Period. That's what an anti-hero looks like.
Which
right?
Stone Cold though?
Like 316.
Okay.
So the person that just everybody's behind. So this would be after like him and like and Brett, because there was a lot of love for Brett, obviously. But when you get after that, when you get like deep into the Attitude Era, you know, where he's going up against guys like when he's going up against Vince, like that's the ultimate anti-hero, right? He's not a good guy. He is not a good guy. So yeah, you could make the same argument for DX, but I don't know. I just come at that from a different angle because I was a little kid watching that shit, and I was like, DX are a bunch of bad guys, and I want them to get hurt because they're hurting people that are good.
Okay, so we were kids watching that. So Chris, as a middle-aged adult when you were watching that, how did you feel?
So you're an asshole. DX started as the bad guys, the bullies that you wanted to be friends with because they made you laugh. You wanted to align yourself with the bullies for two reasons. They were funny, and you didn't want to get your ass kicked. So you put yourself right next to the bullies and were like, okay, yeah, that was funny. Ha ha ha. Like, you're going to put yourself in that group. With DX, I never saw DX as heels through their entire lifetime. They were always, to me, just bad guys, bullies that you loved, that you got a kick out of, that took down the man whether it be Vince McMahon or Shane McMahon or Sergeant Slaughter, whoever they were taking down at the time, or they were taking down bigger name people like Stone Cold Steve Austin, which ultimately was he a heel or was he a face? He's the same argument, right? He was the bad guy that everybody started to like and liked the fact that he was a bad guy. So the lines became blurred at that point. So who was the bad guy and the good guy? Yeah, ultimately Stone Cold got the bigger pop when Mike Tyson knocked out Shawn, but still.
Because
See it in
Shawn was the
modern
guy
day.
that you loved not to like. They were entertaining. When DX first came in, that was the whole thing. It was finally somebody's not taking themselves seriously. Because up until that point, you get a lot of the serious characters, and Bret Hart at the time was very serious, and he was your main guy. And get Shawn and Triple H in China, just been like, what the hell? We're gonna do what we want to do, and it just worked. It was fresh. It was new. Everybody loved it.
It's interesting how difficult it has been to try to replicate the DXs and the Stone Cold Steve Austins of the era. Like everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to create that anti-hero. And like as I think about current wrestling, I think the most effective version of the anti-hero right now is probably Hangman Page, where he's kind of suspect. It's like, yeah, is he a good guy? I mean, he goes kind of by his own, you know, he does what he wants to do. That's not always something that's, beneficial to anybody around him.
No, that's a good
I
comparison. Yeah, Hangman seems to be the one that's the most like that character right now. I was gonna say Cody is starting to toe that line lately, where he's starting to push the envelope a little bit and be a little bit ruthless. But Hangman's a lot more like, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna drink whiskey and kick somebody's ass, and I don't care what anybody else says.
Yeah. And I think it's working. I definitely think it's working. I think that Cody suffers from the whole two-face complex, you know, you're a good guy until you've been a good guy long enough that you turn into a bad guy type of deal. And I think that's wrestling to a T. You can't be a good guy forever because eventually, like, being the good guy becomes boring for the people that are watching them. Oh, wait a second. That's not true, though, because Johnny Gargano used to prove to me every time that I was always for the baby face until they turned him heel. And now it just doesn't work for me.
No.
So maybe I'm wrong. I'm just bald and wrong.
Bald and wrong.
What
You
else?
should
We
get
got any other?
t-shirts that say
We got
that.
any other questions? We got any other hot takes? Give me some hot takes, chat. Hot takes.
Hot takes.
Reading through here. What are they saying about Cena?
He should
Bringing
come
what
back
about
and do a
Cena?
one-off run. He should come back to get Claymore kicked and leave again.
I was gonna
Only
say
if he
punted
comes back.
by Orton. Punted by Orton would make more sense because I think Orton should retire Cena. If Cena doesn't want to wrestle
I think
anymore,
that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah,
So
I think
they're
that
advertising today that HBK is going to be there next Monday to confront Randy Orton about everything with Ric
defunct
Flair.
WWE. Thanks for the follow.
So I think Sean's going to be the next one. So you might be onto something with the whole setting up for him and Triple H to have a thing, Jimmy, because that he did Ric Flair, he did Edge, did Christian, did Ric Flair now, and if he takes out Sean next week, I could see him having a face-to-face with Triple H.
Yeah. Again, you could one off with Batista, and then at that point, you could milk that into a long enough story that you have time for Edge to come back, and Edge can, I don't know. At that point, I don't know what you do. Give Randy a one-off title shot that Edge screws him out of, and then you have the greatest wrestling match of all time, part 2.
I don't know
I think
if you took all the camera work out of that greatest wrestling match and all the it was a good match. Like, they did a lot of fun spots.
it was a good match, but the name of itself and the way they pushed it ruined the whole entire thing. I think for the way the storyline's going, the only way he should be getting a title match is if it fits in with as soon as Edge is coming back, for Edge to screw him out of it in the end. Like he'd get ready to go for the RKO, and then bam, he gets speared and get pinned to continue their feud. But I feel like having him do it now is just it's ruining the whole aspect of anything. I don't see any kind of story of giving him the belt right now.
Yeah. The belt's meaningless. I hate that for McIntyre right now because the guy deserves a good run with the belt. But
And he does. He deserves the fans to be there, and that's the biggest thing. If the fans were there, I think this whole run would be different.
it's funny
I
because it's
wish-
like him and Strowman got the belt finally, and both of them kind of got it at the wrong time entirely.
Yeah.
I mean, Strowman's like way, way, way past. I was wondering though, do you think like so this Retribution faction, in the name Retribution, do you think that the leader of Retribution is Roman Reigns?
No, I actually have my own theories on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Well, do tell.
And
I
Hey,
hate
I
to
saw
say
the
this.
thing about the AEW heels thing, and we will get to that
Okay.
after we
Yeah.
talk about this.
I hate to say this
Take
because
notes.
as soon as they actually made a name for him, a Retribution, CM Punk came out and made a thing, and there's all these talks about bringing them together, and I could see if they worked out a deal having CM Punk be the one who's leading it, and there's talks of maybe him and AJ Lee coming back for like a small run, and it could be him and AJ Lee that are running this little group.
Does chat want to see CM Punk? Do you want to see CM Punk back?
Was it
I'm
worth
not going to
This-
ask AJ Lee. I'm not going to ask AJ Lee because, of course, you want to see AJ Lee back.
Oh God, yeah, the fuse that she
It's
could have.
not CM Punk. You could hear Leo Rush last week on TV. Was his voice? Leo Rush.
I
but
don't
do you think
see that though.
I mean, God, the
Because it
guy's
seems like they're
decent
going to
on
give
the mic,
whoever it
though.
is a big push. I agree. I don't think we need CM Punk back. I think at this point there's no need. Nobody's big enough to be Eric Rowan.
Here's the thing. I have no idea who it is. I have not watched enough to give a good guess on who it is. So all these guesses, Leo Rush, Eric Rowan, CM Punk, I've
Wade
heard
Barrett.
I've heard Champa. I've
Oh my
heard,
God, Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett would be so good.
I don't know. So you know
Let's
what?
go.
I'm just gonna randomly say it's Zicky Dice.
Oh God.
You would.
Heel turn with Xavier. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's get back
I-
to the heels thing because I do want to talk about that. What is
AEW heels.
what is your guys' input
So-
on that?
I mean, they have MJF.
So-
Do they need anybody else?
What?
Everyone say boo. Everyone say boo in the chat to Steven, please.
Throw tomatoes at Steven, please.
Yes,
Bring
if
'em
you
on.
can, you can throw tomatoes. I can't see if you're doing it, but please throw lots of
I'm gonna-
tomatoes at Steven.
I'm gonna throw a tomato at him.
You throw a tomato.
Oh, it hit
You are-
me.
You
I think
are
it
a
hit me.
tomato.
We got
I think I
booze. We
threw
got
it and it hit
booze.
me.
We got booze in the chat.
Yeah, boo. Boo
Oh,
that
come
joke.
on. There's always the exalted one too.
Okay, so AEW heels. So they've been getting a little bit of backlash. A little
Yeah,
bit of backlash
little
for this,
bit.
right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know, man. When see, here's the thing. When something like this is done for good reasons, I don't give so much flack for it. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what all the different responses to it is, but you know, you could complain about, you know, the heels being too much of a girly thing and yada yada yada, so on and so forth. I think women supporting women. I mean, it's fine. It's all good, man. Now, do I wish like that more people would look at the AEW, like the backtrack.
You can do it.
Yeah. I wish that everybody watched wrestling like I do. I'm a huge fan of like intergender wrestling and stuff like that. And it's not that I even look at it as intergender wrestling. It's just wrestling. So it's just people wrestling. So be it man or woman or whatever, just let them wrestle. And let's just support everybody that's a wrestler, period. You know, and we can be critical of women's wrestling as much as we are critical of you know, all wrestling needs to be critiqued the same way. So let's, I don't know, man.
You've not let up on
I
it, though.
don't think it's
You're
worth. I
consistent
don't
with
think
that.
it's worth it. I don't think it's worth getting too annoyed by it, because I think it's all for the right reasons. I think when anybody such as Brandy does something like this, she means good by it. You know, it is the job of the people watching wrestling that do not like it to voice their opinion, and then if they change it, then they change it. But it's not something that, you know, if it's not like super duper duper negative, I just don't see that the point in, you know,
Anything?
trying to kill it at the same time. I don't know. What do you guys think?
People are just nitpicking it to nitpick. I think that's unfortunately the nature of the world right now. I think we all have too much time on our hands to get angry about stuff that we don't need to get angry about. Um, what they're doing is great for not only women's wrestling, but for AEW and for people who are just interested in being around strong women. Because this isn't just about wrestling. You know, the reason why it costs money is because they're going to bring in like speakers. They're going to have like, you know, guest speakers at these events, and it's more of like a training than anything else. It's to make you feel empowered. It's to give you the ability and outlet to learn something. So people who have little knowledge about heels and think that it's just them to a way to get money and they're making it a fan club. Well, no, Brandy's an entrepreneur. Brandy's not just a wrestler. So I just think it's uneducated people on the topic getting angry at something because of the times we're in, especially with everything going on in the wrestling world, in the regular world, in the social world. People just jumped on it. And it's a shame. And I give them credit. They didn't back off. Brandy and AEW just kept pushing forward, and this will blow over. And just like anything, they'll come out of it probably in a good spot because if WWE isn't sitting there going, well, I wonder what we could do for a bunch of women and have it like a subscription, because you know they're going to come up with it and play copycat soon. So,
100%. That's what they do.
But WWE is also a lot more gun shy with topics like this. If they do something and it gets criticized a little too much, they jump back immediately. And I think most of that has to do with running a business. You know, you don't want to have bad press.
But you can't do nothing.
I agree.
You got to do something. You can't do nothing. You have to do something. A business doesn't succeed by you sitting back and doing nothing. You have to try stuff and not be afraid to fail.
I don't know. The thing is how likely is making this change going to actually bring women into wrestling? Because I feel like I don't know. I mean, I feel like the women that really like wrestling are already watching. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. It's almost like they're trying
There's
to.
always room to grow, I guess. But what is the, so you say the different demographic, right? What is the different demographic? I mean, is there a different demographic?
I think there is, because you see, there's the whole PG with all the kids getting into it, and then as kids are getting older, boys are typically more likely to follow it than the girls who get soccer moms. I like that. So it's like you have the girls who are aging out, you know, becoming teenagers that aren't thinking it's cool anymore, that the guys are still watching against this fighting. So it might be trying to grab a hold of that demographic and keep parents and stuff involved. Who knows?
Are they trying to pull in like the, hey, I never watched wrestling before, but now I'm a mother and my kids want to watch wrestling, and so I'm gonna watch wrestling with them, and I'm really, really taken aback by how powerful this women's wrestling movement is, and it's going to draw me into it more than the other wrestling would? Is that the general gist of what we think they're trying to do?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't know. It's an interesting topic.
Well, you know what?
Touchy subject, very interesting topic.
We're gonna stay on this topic ish because I didn't notice something earlier in the chat and I just noticed something in my phone. So women's wrestling, there is an event coming up in Buda, Texas. I'm pretty sure it's Buda. It might be Buddha or I don't know. I like saying Buddha though. It's called Hell Hath No Fury, and it's by Mission Pro Wrestling. And what I didn't realize was they had just dropped a flyer, and Thunder Rosa dropped a flyer, and believe it or not, the Bald Monkeys podcast is on that flyer. So, if you didn't know, which you probably didn't because we have not announced this to anyone, we are in talks with Mission Pro Wrestling and Hell Hath No Fury, so you will be seeing some of those wrestlers on these podcasts. Not this roundtable, but our interviews. And
Why not?
yeah.
Let's get some in for a roundtable for a time or two.
And pretty cool that, we're supporting women's wrestling, and it's a Mission Pro Wrestling is all female run, completely female run. And I love that stuff like that's happening. I love that heels is happening. And yeah, it's a touchy topic. People take it the wrong way, but you know what? It's different. It's good. It's pushing the industry into something that it's never done before. And I love risky stuff because you know what? Try it.
Oh, I'm very equal opportunity. I say women's matches. Let's go.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. So sorry, Captain. The captain had said something earlier on in the chat. I had no clue it was there, but now I see it.
The captain. So. The chuckleness.
All right. Sorry. Derailed.
Got any other questions? Next topic.
Vintage
I want
Dreams.
intergender
Yes.
AEW wrestling. I'd appreciate that more. Intergender wrestling. Go. Let's do it.
Let's talk about.
In fact, I just said women's deathmatch wrestling. How about a deathmatch between I don't know, pick your favorite female wrestler in AEW against Jon Moxley. Let's go. Somebody might die though. They both might die. I mean, they always die and stuff like that.
Well, there is a bunch of female deathmatch wrestlers out there, and they could show up, so you never know.
Let's go.
What about Kylie Ray? Kylie Ray's been making some waves and having a lot of great intergender matches. And she's getting into it with some people on social media. I mean, but Jimmy, you love intergender matches. You love good wrestling. And that's all we're really looking for. And I think
it doesn't even matter that it's intergender. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like an intergender match is great as a non-intergender match is great. Good wrestling's good wrestling. That's the standard we should hold by. And Kylie Ray has been very fun because she's got, no fear.
Yep. Two good wrestlers in a ring don't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you're two females, two males, a male and a female, a mixed tag. I mean, to be honest, some of that mixed tag stuff I'm kind of missing because that was interesting. The way they were just pairing up people that were never paired up before. Yeah. Like, you remember the Finn Balor-Bayley pair that was going on there for a while? That was kind of fun to watch. And Charlotte and AJ Styles. I mean,
for Charlotte, whenever AJ got hurt, and it was her and Jeff too. Like these things you never thought to put these people together, and it worked great. Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman, The Miz and Asuka, it was entertaining.
There's nothing wrong with good wrestling, no matter who's in the ring. I think that's.
Do I get I like that. This is something that bothers me. Do I get worked up when I in doing the podcast? That's what I'm figure out. That's what's happening. Because usually when I'm at my house, I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn it, the AC unit went into eco mode. It's burning up hot in here. But I'm sit in a hotel room, and anybody that's ever been in any hotel room knows it's always at 65 degrees at all times, and I am burning up right now. I'm dying.
It's that Latino heat.
Oh my gosh. Running through my veins, man. Lying, stealing, cheating, doing whatever I can do.
No, it's not the right
You're
order,
right there,
but yeah.
bud.
It's not the right order,
It
but
doesn't
yeah.
matter. Doesn't matter. But hey, do it in my own order. Let's see.
All right, so Vintage Dreams dropping, I guess a statement by WWE because so if you didn't know, they're going to be at the Amway Center now. So they're moving everything to the big arena, which I'm surprised it took this long, to be honest, since
That's what a lot of
AEW has
people are
been using
saying.
Daly's place.
Yeah.
But this idea.
We had it.
Oh,
It was
did
our
we?
idea.
Did we? Did we? Because I'm pretty sure I specifically said we should do this. We should pump in videos and pump in people watching and them
It
being
always
fans
comes
at
back to the ball
home.
monkeys.
Like
It
the,
always
NBA,
comes
like
back
the
to the ball
NBA's doing.
monkeys. We're just oozing with good
I'd love to
ideas.
see Chris's face pop up in the big screen.
Seeing us sucks. Seeing us sucks. I
Is
can't
it
believe they're
Thugonomics,
gonna.
Cena?
I can't believe they're gonna do this. It's like incredible that once again something that we yelled about months ago is finally going to happen. The question is, how will they do it? Will it be good or will it be the greatest match ever?
It's gonna be the greatest event ever.
I don't know.
Duh.
I mean,
Ooh,
you know what?
applications. Jimmy, they're taking applications. They're taking applications to be somebody on the screen.
I like wrestling.
You'll have Jimmy doing this the whole time.
I'm pretty.
No, that'd be Chuck.
Bald monkeys
Chuck.
merch. Yeah, Chuck.
If anybody doesn't know, Captain's not in. I don't know if he's in the chat. He's probably in the chat lurking. But if Captain Chuckles is at an event and the camera comes by, we'll all be like NXT, NXT, and all of a sudden Chuck will go, and we're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I can see myself on the camera that way." That's how he notices himself.
That way later when we watch the event, I can find us.
Oh,
You can't hate on him because
I always do it.
we found him.
We have plenty of
I mean,
videos because of
By
that.
proxy, we found us.
So,
If any
thank
of you
you,
people
Captain.
have seen Chuck, it's really not hard to find him in a crowd.
I'm putting a fire out.
Much love, but
I mean, when Chuck does it, he's always trying to put a fire out because his beard is on fire.
That is the captain. The captain's on fire. What else happened this week? Wrestle House.
Let's talk about Wrestle House.
On
Wrestle House is
Impact.
good stuff.
What do you guys think about Wrestle
Wrestle
House?
Wrestle House is my favorite non-wrestling thing in wrestling right now. I just love the idea of, call it what you want, your real world, Big Brother, whatever, just like the whole reality TV aspect. It's quite entertaining. And using it to do a mass character development is just genius. So you work on everybody's character to a certain extent, and it helps with story continuity. Story.
I'm out.
What's in your cup, man?
Water.
Oh man.
And John Cena.
So many wrestling shirts are black.
They are.
They are. I mean, but that's because listen.
Have you? Hold on.
And I'm not going to totally stereotype all wrestling fans, but let me stereotype
The
some
dude
wrestling
love shirts
fans.
are awesome.
Because there are two topics, and nobody in the chat may agree with this, but there are two topics that you can't deny. You always see next to people that like wrestling, like on Twitter. They go, "I love wrestling. I love horror movies. I love metal music," or like some mixture of that.
That's the trifecta.
And it's always like, well, yeah. I mean, these are the people who wear black shirts all the time. I mean, Black's my favorite color.
You should start putting it out there that you love wrestling, romantic movies, and old school gospel.
Rom-coms. There you
Rom-coms. I love rom-coms.
go. I love rom-coms and wrestling.
So
And long walks on the beach.
I'm gonna put over another podcast alumni, but I try to buy, as you can see, a lot of our interviews shirts to support the guys and girls, and most of them are black shirts. But Ryzen was nice enough; he's got a white shirt with this on the back.
I hate white shirts.
But I mean, he's got
anybody else other than me.
logo.
Does anybody else other than me hate white shirts? I just like I'm too messy of an individual to make white shirts happen.
Well, you're a fat slob, and you're just doing fat slob right. So
Wow, damn.
that's a throwback. That's a throwback.
I accept him saying that because that was a joke that I said once upon a time.
Macho Man shirts, yes, Macho Man shirts are great. I would like the purple Macho Man shirt with just the eyes that Velveteen Dream
Oh, the
totally
yeah.
swept. Yeah, that'd be a cool one. Wrestling shirts are always black and always have writing across the boobs. I know. Look. See?
One's
Right
a
there.
4 and one's an H.
Look at that. 4 and H.
Hey, Jay Walker. We know Jay Walker.
Oh, Jay Walker, alumni of the podcast, who will be breaking tomorrow, one day, is him breaking the longest reigning champion, Canadian champion. I forget the exact
Canadian
promotion. He will be breaking Kenny Omega's record tomorrow.
I used to know the promotion.
That's high.
Is it PCW or PWC? I'm sorry, Jay. Off the top of my
I
head,
don't think it's
forget.
PWC.
So yeah, tomorrow, give Jay Walker congratulations on social media. I'm sure he'll respond. He's great on social media. If you've not seen Jay Walker's stuff, check out his YouTube page and let Cody know that he's looking for him because he's trying to break the code.
What the heck's taking so long with that crap, man?
Cody's scared.
Fought Cody yet?
Cody's scared. Cody's scared.
You know why? Because he's gonna be the one that beats Cody.
Breaks the Cody.
He's the one.
Yeah.
It'll be Zack Ryder.
What other kind of shirts do we got out there? Oh, I know what shirts you guys have because I bought a couple for Jimmy and
You bought one for me, and it's not black. It's a dark bluish color.
the Bosch.
Mine's very
The
light
Boss.
blue.
Boss, yeah, that's a good.
I have a black classic rock one, the late 90s, a black Hardy Boys one, a black DX one.
I would
yeah,
guess
black.
most people have like 90% black wrestling shirts, where I think my only ones that aren't are my the Revival is in yellow, Johnny Gargano in red, NXT TakeOver Philadelphia is a pale blue, and then my Ryzen in white. I think everything else is black.
My only white T-shirt is a Bruiser Brody T-shirt.
Bruce?
Of all of the wrestlers,
Bruiser
Bruiser
Brody?
Brody.
That's a good one.
Let's go, Bruiser Brody.
I wish I
I
had
need
an
to get you
Owen
a
Hart
good
shirt.
Big Dick Dudley shirt.
Oh, you shut your mouth! Don't you dare! I'm still sensitive about that. Me
Sensitive about the
saying the
big dick?
wrong thing for 10 minutes in a
10 minutes.
podcast, and nobody says anything. It's because we can't get a word in because you talk too much. Well, guess what?
I just enjoy saying the wrong thing.
I found the person who talks more than me, and his name is the JC Vega. Yeah, and if you're watching JC Vega, you know what? Fuck you. You were very rude to me, and I'm not forgetting this, man. I'm not forgetting this.
Oh.
You're gonna come back on here at some point, and we're gonna go toe to toe, and you are going down, my friend. Down. Why did I say my friend? You're not my friend. You like double stuffed Oreos. What's wrong with you?
I hope you guys run into each other one day and he just slaps the piss
Somebody
out of you.
clip that. Somebody clip that and send that to JC Vega. Do it right now.
That is
Because
at
quite frankly,
the JC Vega. Let me see if I can get it in here.
because this guy, scrub. I'll say
Can't get
to
no
his
love
face.
from you.
Chris tried to do this stuff, but I don't think it works. Woohoo! I did it! Look at
Oh my gosh.
that.
Does that actually have a link? Everything looks starred out to me. Is that what it's
No!
supposed to say?
No. Sorry,
Okay, you need to
folks.
give
Wrong.
backstory, Jimmy.
So you did it
Give
wrong?
some more
Good
backstory
job.
for everybody because people are confused.
Which one?
Somebody
What-
pissed you off. Come on.
What? Who JC Vega pissed me off?
Yeah, tell the
Yeah, 'cause he's
backstory. Tell the backstory of the
'cause he was-
JC Vega feud.
Well, yeah, because he was talking shit last week. Last week we're on here talking about entrance themes, and he's just so quick to tell me that I'm wrong. You know, just because I'm a opinionated individual that talks a lot, and guess what? So is he. So naturally, we're not getting along so well, and well, I don't know. It's
Y'all should
it's a
fight it
tense
out for the Bald
situation.
Monkeys Championship.
It's
We need a
saying you're
championship.
wrong.
We do.
I am wrong on many things. One of the things I'm not wrong on is
He does
the
get very
superiority
heated.
of single stuff Oreos, double stuff Oreos, which that'll
Don't
never
get
hit.
on the topic
Let's be
because you're
honest.
wrong. You're totally wrong.
And I know the owner of ISW. He creates belts. We do need a bald monkeys belt. I've been thinking about that for a long time. And I don't know. I've originally my thought was like doing like a bunch of mini belts that we could all have to hang up on our walls or whatever that are bald monkeys belts, but then have one like extravagant one that we do our picks and stuff like that, and like once a quarter you have to ship it to like the new winner, or maybe like for that whole year, like you are the pick champion of that year, you get that belt, you get to wear it all the time, you get to flaunt it. Sounds like fun, right?
Yeah.
I
Then we
would
make
never
mini
see
ones.
this belt. I would never see this belt, because what would happen is all the guys would want to watch. They'd be like, well, since we're doing picks, let's watch a bunch of WWE. That way we know James will never win.
Oh no, I think we have to lay ground rules and we can do multiple different events and we have a running thing. But we got to get little ones, like you said, so we can send it out if any fans want to join in. Send it to them if they beat us, which will probably happen often.
I don't know. We're pretty good at picking.
That we're pretty good at picking WWE.
And no, that is incorrect. We're pretty good at picking everything. I'm not saying that we're all great at each promotion, but I think I'm really good at picking AEW. Thank you very much. Chris is horrible at everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty well.
I'm trying to fix my things, my commands. Sorry.
Wow.
Come on now.
I'm the technology guy, I like to make the technology work.
Which is really
Bitch.
weird
You
because literally I work with computers and technology crap. I guess I should
Did you get it?
put that effort into it.
Figured it out? There you go.
Okay, so do we need different color bald monkey shirts?
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea. As I break everything. How about
Green one?
pistachio green?
Pistachio.
Or maybe a lightish blue?
I like the light blue.
Where we're at, it's Carolina blue, technically.
Or for the pink
God,
in your
so-
life?
It was hard to see it as pink. It went really white for a minute.
I got a friend who wants one of the pistachio greens, and I got a brother who wants the pink. So, yeah.
Pink it up.
I
So-
want somebody
hey, listen.
to order the tights, the yellow tights,
Listen,
and I want them
there's
to wear
noth-
it for us.
Pretty pink, yes. Pretty pink.
Every-
Pretty pink. Look, see? Pretty pink. And yes, it would be in
On the boobs.
On the boobs area.
Everybody needs some bald monkeys on their boobs, though. Let's be honest.
Wow.
So
What's
I'm
the next
sorry,
topic?
Vintage
Give me
Dreams.
something else. Give me something else. Give me something else to talk about.
Vintage Dreams, yeah. Hit me up on Vintage Dreams. Hit me up or Jimmy on the Bald Monkeys on Twitter, and we'll talk. That's a decent idea about the belts.
I'm game.
Yeah.
What else happened this week? There's some independent wrestling this weekend. Not today, but
Something
where
tomorrow.
I
happening up
am,
there near
right?
Jimmy, yeah.
Yeah, like really close too. Like he told me it's in Burlington, New Jersey, and I like was like, well, how far is that from me? And it was like 20 minutes. I was like, man.
Hey, honey, I want some
Sadly, I
bald
can't do it
monkeys on my
though.
boobs.
Yes, we did do the best. We did do the best theme music episode. We did
Go
it
back and
last
watch it.
week. That is where JC Vega became my mortal enemy. But yeah, I mean, we
Don't get him started
ranked
again.
and let's be honest though. Let's be honest. Like all of us ranked like the best theme song ever, but the one that got the most votes and was like unanimously considered the best was "Real American," Hulk Hogan's theme song.
Whether you like him or not,
A lot of us,
it gets
whether
you
you
popping.
like him or not, that's the best theme song.
It's like when you
in
go to see a
our
Rocky
humble
movie
opinions.
and you want to leave and punch somebody. When you when you hear Real American, you want to go leg drop somebody, right?
Yeah, I played it today and I got goosebumps. Just randomly, I just pulled it
I
up
think
and
you
played
tweeted
it.
about it, didn't you?
Yeah.
I saw that tweet. I was like, I mean, I guess I'll like this. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
agree.
Big
What
boot
it-
your wife and leg dropper.
What is shut up? What is your thoughts, Jimmy, about Hulk Hogan though? Ultimately,
Ultimately, Hulk Hogan
favorite wrestler, right? Of all time.
can suck it. He's one of the worst wrestlers of all times. He's definitely iconic.
But he
And
body slammed
again,
Andre.
I will totally forgive all of his misdoings if he sends me a Pastamania menu so that I can frame it.
Well, it's not a Pastamania menu, but a friend of the podcast did send me something for you, Big Baby Jimmy.
What's that? Is it something Pastamania? I'm
So,
excited.
Friend of the podcast, Zicky Dice, knows about Jimmy's love for the Hulkster. He is aware.
No.
And because of that, he
no.
was so happy to send me for you, Big Baby Jimmy, a signed Hulkster picture
Oh, brother.
for you. So when you get back from work on the road, this I will hand deliver to you, sir.
Oh my gosh, I
So-
hate Hulk Hogan so much.
So thank you, Zicky Dice, and thank you, Hulkster. The only thing this would be more like better is it'll be next to the Pastamania menu behind Jimmy on the wall once he gets it. So
So
I just wanted the
that's a good
Pastamania menu. I don't know
Isn't that
what
wonderful?
a signed Hulkster.
That's a good question right there for the people listening.
Look at
Who's
that.
somebody that's
Look
considered one of the greatest of all time that you guys think sucks? Like
Yeah,
James Hogan
let's
sucks.
do that. Give us that hot take. What is the wrestler that everybody seems to love, but you're just not all about? I want to hear that.
From any point in time.
And
It could be a
believe me,
current person,
I will
it could be an
tell
old
you.
person.
I will tell you. You're wrong. Ric Flair.
Ric Flair?
No.
What?
No. Well, you don't get it? Okay, just go onto YouTube and type in Ric Flair
listen to-
promo, and you'll find these compilations of promo after promo after promo.
Yes.
He's just amazing.
The promos from when he was in the NWA. Oh man.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. I have to take a step back and say.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Why are you singing?
Okay, his in the ring stuff was only the same once he got to a certain age and he was over the hill.
Roman Reigns. I totally understand the Roman Reigns, but I don't think that's his fault. I think that's his promotion's fault.
I would say Lex Luthor.
I always disliked Triple H. I don't disagree. I think Triple H's connection with the quote-unquote boss helped him get a lot more glory than he deserved. I mean, there's numerous examples why did Triple H beat Booker T? That made
That whole
no
Mania,
sense.
yeah.
Booker T should have won that match easy. But you can't deny that when we talk about like some of the best pops in history, when he had gone out, what was it, like quad, right? Like he had
The double
up,
quad.
or that was Vince. I thought had the double quad. I thought he
Triple
just
H
had
won.
like a
Yeah.
Was it
Triple
just one?
H just had one.
Yeah, Vince was the one that blew out both of his quads
Yeah.
when he ran in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I knew that one, but I knew Triple H has had both blowout. I thought at one point he had
Yeah.
surgery on both of them, but
But so he was gone for
match,
a long time, and when he came back, the
At
pop
that Rumble,
for him.
yeah.
I mean, that's always the best when a heel comes back and he just gets such like a crazy
thing is
ovation
like,
because
he came
we need
back at
two
the
heels.
Rumble, but that pop at Madison Square Garden, the Raw after the Rumble when he came out, is that the same pop
yeah.
you're talking about? That was massive.
Think so? I don't know. It's been too long.
When he came out before his feud with Jericho for the Undisputed Championship.
I don't remember, man.
Come
you know how long
on.
it's been? You know how long it's been? Good
Check-
gracious! What do you
check
think? What do you think?
Wikipedia.
I'm on a wrestling podcast or something? Like, who do you
would
think I
think.
am?
And you wanted to pitch the whole let's watch all this old wrestling. Come on now.
ECW wrestling. And then he decided all the other stuff too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Goldberg
That's
and
true.
Lex Luger, I didn't really care for. People loved him. I liked the idea of Goldberg, and he got old quick. Anybody else got any Taz?
You know what though?
Calm down, ECW.
I love ECW, so I will disagree, but I'm going to say I get it at the same time.
Taz
That's
is
like,
good.
ooh. That's like, I love that match. I was talking about that match a couple weeks ago, like the original, like the very first match of Sabu when he goes against Taz, when Taz is like the Tasmanian or whatever. Like, oh man. I agree with that, because anybody that hates on Michael Cole, like on television, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that works. Michael Cole's an easy way to get yourself cheers. Just throw shit at him or pick on him.
Cheap pops. We always say cheap heat, but we never say cheap pops.
No, there's cheap pop all the time. Mick Foley was the king of cheap pop.
Mick Foley is amazing.
Yeah.
Mick Foley is maybe the greatest wrestler of all time, in my humble opinion.
Which version? Which version?
As well, and let me preface it with this: as wrestling skill goes, maybe not, but as the full package, Mick Foley is the man.
Oh.
He's on my Mount Rushmore. Let's do our Mount Rushmores. You guys ready for a Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go in order. We got to fill out our 4 wrestlers here. So just start with one of them. So I'll start with that. On my Mount Rushmore, the very first head would be that of Mick Foley. The boss. Go for it.
The first head I would give to Ric Flair.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't the other guy that I know you're gonna put on your Mount Rushmore. Go ahead. I know you got an easy one. Go ahead and name it out there, bud. Christopher.
HBK.
Of course, I knew you were gonna say that. You're nothing if not predictable.
Yep.
Okay. So we're looking pretty good so far. I like
that 66.
That's coming. That's
Yes.
coming. That's coming on. I think that might be coming on somebody's. Now, my number 2, and this is where it gets a little bit. People might hate on this a little bit, but I got to go with it. Kurt Angle.
That's a solid pick.
Kurt Angle. And don't do the thing that everybody always has this weird tendency when I say Kurt Angle, and then they just look at WWE and say that's his career. It's not. He was great in TNA.
His career was better in TNA.
Yeah.
My second pick, I'm giving to Eddie Guerrero. His whole career, from wrestling in Mexico, wrestling in Japan, WCW, ECW, WWE, Eddie Guerrero all day. One of the best to do it.
Guerrero was the man. One of the best in the biz. Christopher, let's hear it.
Do I have to give a different person, or can I repeat somebody that's already been said?
You can repeat.
Go for it.
Yeah,
This,
it's not
this
like
is
your mountain.
This isn't a draft. We're not drafting.
I know. I was
wrestlers.
writing it down. I was trying to keep track.
just because we have
I
picked all the same shit.
All right, I'm gonna go with Flair. I'm gonna go with Ric Flair just because of the longevity of his career, his amazing mic skills, and his ability to just transform himself from a fat slob when he was first a wrestler into what he is, in the prime years, which was the wheeling, dealing, limousine riding, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, Ric Flair.
Who's number
All right,
3, Jimmy?
so number 3. This is going to be a little bit of a repeat for the third time. Ric Flair.
Woo!
I mean, come on, man. He's iconic. He's not just iconic. He's also just entertaining. I mean, you just look at his matches, all the different phases that he went through. And when I say phases, like he's always been Ric Flair, but he's added in comedy into his wrestling when he's needed to. He's added in like seriousness into his wrestling when he's needed to, and he's just always been the man. So definitely Ric Flair on the top of that Mount Rushmore.
Number
Steven,
3.
Number 3.
I'm going with Sting. Even back from the server Sting till now. Sting. Growing up, Sting was my all-time favorite. I always wanted Sting versus HBK because they were my 2 favorites from both shows, and I'm very upset I never got it. But Sting, man, all day.
So he was not on my Mount Rushmore a couple of months ago.
Don't you dare fucking take my fucking pick right now. You are about to do it, and this is unacceptable. You need to save it for later so I can pick him before you.
I
know
haven't
who he's
even
gonna
Put
say.
the finger down.
I
Put the
know
finger
who
down.
he's gonna say.
He has
I
his
know,
own mountain.
I
You
know
have your
who
own
he's
mountain.
gonna say. But I wanted to pick this one before him.
Well, you should have done it sooner then.
He doesn't even know what I'm going to say.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
All right, anyway. Months ago, he was not on my Mount Rushmore. But there was a documentary that came out that made me appreciate him much, much more than I ever had, and go back and rewatch a lot of stuff. Yeah, see, calm down with your freaking single stuff. Eat a double stuff and shush. The Undertaker is on my Mount Rushmore because I don't realize until I watched that documentary and how much I've criticized The Undertaker over the years. That man has put himself through so much, gone through a lot, had some epic matches, had some falls, had some bad matches. But the longevity of his career, like I said with Ric Flair, the product he put out there, and the character that he has not only built, but become for his entire life. You can't keep him off Mount Rushmore.
I mean, I'm going to, but
So am I.
so
He's in my top 10, but not my top.
okay. So number 4.
He jumped to my top 4.
And
So
number 4, and this is a person, and I swore that you were gonna say this. This is why when you said a couple months ago, I was like, oh no, somebody that's still wrestling. How dare you pick my pick? Chris Jericho. Yeah. Chris Jericho. Dude, the guy is just a genius. He's redone himself so many times. He just understands wrestling like better than maybe anybody. Like maybe he deserves more respect than Ric Flair. That's how good he's been for the wrestling business. I mean, I don't think you can deny it at this point. I mean, his ability to just like keep WWE interesting. I mean, he came in when WWE was hot. You know, he's always great in WCW. He was even in ECW for a little bit. You know, he's made the rounds, and I mean, he has just taken AEW under his wing and just really. I mean, he's not the only reason it works, but he's a huge reason it works. So Chris Jericho, man, you're on the Mount Rushmore, man.
You are a son of a bitch.
Cheers.
Because Chris Jericho is my number 4 also. Just
I'm just glad that Chris didn't say it, but it would be interesting if he actually said it as well.
Says it now? Yeah. Chris Jericho, his longevity from the Lion Tamer to Masked Wrestling to New Japan, WCW, ECW, WWE, AEW, doesn't matter. He's done what he has to do to get over in every promotion he's ever been in. He's had stories with some of the greatest people ever. The first ever undisputed champion, the first ever AEW champion. I mean, you name it, he's done it. He's one of the very few people in wrestling history who you can say, I've done it everywhere. Chris Jericho. He had one of the match of the year candidates with Kenny Omega a couple years ago, and he's like his mid-40s, or how old is he now? I mean, this guy can still
Getting
work.
up there, man. He's
And
been around in the business for a while.
He's been wrestling. He has his podcast. He does his books. He does his music tours. He does the boat. Everything he.
anytime we're feeling like it's a little bit too much, Christopher, maybe we should just look at Chris Jericho and be like, dude, guy's doing way more than we're doing.
Yeah.
All day.
We're not doing enough.
Yeah, Flair starts it off and Jericho ends it.
Christopher?
I've been thinking about this in the last 3 minutes. And and Kurt Angle's a great choice. Chris Jericho is a great choice. Eddie Guerrero is an outstanding choice. Mick Foley's a strong choice. Sting is good.
Foley's my number 5, by the way. He's my alternate.
I could talk about guys like Dusty. I could talk about Bruno Sammartino. I mean, there's a list of guys I could talk about. But I'm going to talk about somebody who's still wrestling. And it's not Jericho. And he hasn't been with a major promotion as long as some of these other names have been able to be with a major promotion. But AJ Styles and the product he puts out there, and the fact that anyone who wrestles AJ Styles has one of the best matches they could ever have in their career. AJ Styles deserves to be in the conversation. It's unfortunate that it took him so long to get to a major promotion. What he did in TNA was ignored almost because we watched it. Strong wrestling fans know what AJ Styles did and was for wrestling back then. And
TNA.
He was TNA.
Him and Samoa Joe.
What he did overseas. But because he's only now in the mainstream for the last, has it been 5 to 10 years, something like that? Really?
He
4?
came to WWE in 2016.
Honestly, I feel like AJ Styles is, if he's not already up on the Mount Rushmore, in the end, you have to put him in that conversation.
Yeah.
I like the mixture of our picks, by the way. I think we've hit a lot of, the people that need to be talked about. And as I'm scanned through the chat's picks, there's a couple I really like. Vintage Taker, Foley, Funk, Brody. That's after my hardcore heart right there. Like, Bruiser Brody is a god amongst, hardcore wrestlers in general, like held in great standing by wrestlers like the Terry Funks of the world and the Mick Foleys of the world. Terry Funk is a madman. So I really, really respect stuff like that. Who else we have? I see Dusty, Taker, Roddy, Mick. I think, again, all those are really good picks.
Yeah.
I think Roddy is great. And Dusty is, I think Dusty's underrated. Nowadays, I think he gets overshadowed a little bit. People look back at some of the legends and they don't think about Dusty enough.
Well, Flair overshadowed.
Nobody denies the impact. And they always talk about him for the impact to wrestling, but just as a wrestler too. I mean, just, you have to have game to teach game.
I would love one of those, like, what ifs. Like, what if Dusty took the path that Ric Flair took, and how big would Dusty have been if he would have
Yeah.
took that path? Because they both had all the charisma in the world, but Dusty took a
Get the yellow
path.
polka dots over. Come on.
Yeah. Dusty took one path and Rick took another. Now they were in parallel and they both were successful, but Rick's path obviously propelled him to, 17 plus championships if you count all the other championships that he actually.
Yeah, I think if you count them all, it's like 26. I think
Yeah.
world championships to his career.
Dusty's great
And
too.
then what else we have? We have
You hear a humming?
Sting, Eddie, Hogan, and Triple H.
Okay,
Again?
my argument for not having Hogan. Hogan had a big deal, but he was more mainstream doing the movies and everything he was doing. Hogan was very egotistical, and if it wasn't for him thinking he was the hot shit everywhere he went, I don't think he would be anywhere near what he was. And I can't get on board with Hogan being in the top 4. He might not even be in my top 10.
Can you take it away from the camera? Get it out
Listen,
of the
brother,
picture.
you need to
But-
take your vitamins and you need to lift your weights.
Okay, I get the
How about
fact
eat my
that
pasta?
we all picked Flair. I love that we all had Flair in our top 4. I'm kind of upset neither one of y'all had Eddie because
Eddie's good.
Eddie's up there. I mean, but unfortunately, Eddie didn't wrestle as many years as everybody else. Eddie had his demons. It's Eddie's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But you can't deny that he didn't have a clear path to being successful. He had
My first
his bad stuff.
alternate was Sting. And then at that point, it probably would have been like HBK. So like we, I mean, I'll argue to the death.
no Bret
When we
Hart
talk
up there,
about-
huh?
Brett. I mean, I was as a kid, I wasn't even really that big of a Bret Hart fan, and so
Me neither.
for me
I
personally,
would
that's
okay.
my personal feelings getting into it a little bit.
Well, here's the hot take, and I think we talked about this last week. Owen greater than Bret.
100%.
100%.
In the ring, on the mic, as all over Owen all day.
I bet you Bret would say that too.
Well, the match they had together was just amazing. Then Bret goes and wins the main belt in the middle of the end of the night. But Owen, like you were saying with AJ Styles, if somebody fights AJ Styles, they're going to have their best match. Somebody fought Owen Hart, you're going to have your best match. Owen made everybody and anybody look good.
Imagine if we got Owen, HBK, and AJ Styles in the same time period. If we would have had the 3 of those guys in the ring, just putting each other over and having amazing matches.
Okay, so we were talking about our Mount Rushmore. I've always been interested to know what would be y'all's tag team Mount Rushmore.
Oh.
You don't have to answer today,
Yeah, I need time for that.
but
I would need to think about that one.
that's a homework question. Even for y'all listening, what would be y'all's tag team Mount Rushmore for wrestling?
That's good.
Because there's
There's
lot
way
of
too
amazing
many.
teams through everything. And it's not just WWE, y'all. Like, and we can do another one for our greatest factions if y'all want.
Get the Bushwhackers going.
If that's what you want.
Lick
The
Jimmy's
Rock and
bald
Sock
head.
connection.
No, don't pick 2 freaking singles wrestlers that were a tag team. Don't you dare.
The 2-man power
What,
trip.
what about my feet? The Croc and Sock connection.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, he's a tag team
Oh.
champ. He's a tag team
So,
champ.
I see
With Edge.
another question here. How do you evaluate Vince McMahon's overall impact on wrestling? Great. Very large. I mean, who has had more of an impact on the wrestling industry than Vince McMahon, either for the positive and sometimes for the negative, in the years when they were going one-on-one with WCW, and you had little ECW on the side causing some commotion. They did some of the best work they've ever done. Nowadays, a lot of people want Vince to retire because he doesn't understand the industry and what it's changed into at this point. But I think you have to give. I think all wrestling fans too, like, as much as they say, hey, Vince McMahon should retire, I think every major wrestling fan too also kind of gives him the big pass, and they say, but it's Vince McMahon, and he's done a lot of things. I mean, anybody that gives us the gobbledygooker gets a pass in my book.
You and the gobbledygook.
WWE, can we please have the gobbledygooker in the next Rumble? Please. Please. He can get eliminated immediately. Just push the egg out there. Let him hatch out of the egg again. He can go down there and get thrown out immediately. I'm telling you. That needs to be like, it needs to be like really intense inside the ring, and that just totally just destroys all the tension in the ring. So,
The
however you make that
gobbledygooker.
happen.
You love that stupid turkey.
I love the gobbledygooker. Sorry. I maybe should have put him on the Mount Rushmore.
Oh God, you would.
I mean,
Would. Oh man.
That's too
nothing
funny.
wrong with that. There's nothing
Any
wrong.
other questions out there, listeners? Anything you want to know our opinions on, or just something to piss Jimmy off some more?
I'm trying to figure out how to stop blocking all these links.
Stop trying to make me angry, Steven.
Oh,
I
buddy,
get angry
it's not
by
hard to
myself.
make
I
you
get angry
angry.
by myself easily enough. So
That's a whole, double stuffed Oreo case of questioning right there.
yeah. I don't know. So when's SummerSlam? SummerSlam's in a couple weeks, right?
For 3 weeks, yeah.
I think it's on the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. That would be not next.
Weekend.
Next Sunday. So not tomorrow, but Sunday after that. Whew,
Dang,
we're gonna
I
have to
didn't
do
think it was that
picks.
quick.
We're gonna have to do picks, man. I guess we'll have to do picks on what you're. Wow, you're just
You're just plugging us,
spamming
Chris.
them
Come
with
on now.
nothing. Just spamming them with nothing.
You're not even giving him a chance to respond to nothing.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
So I'm looking forward to a little SummerSlam. I think what ends up happening right now is I don't watch a whole lot of WWE, but I always watch all the pay-per-views. And then I try to keep up with NXT, but we did not watch NXT this week. We are watching it tomorrow night. So
It was decent.
I'll look forward to catching up on that. Although we always, me and my friends, we always watch it on Hulu, so it will cut out some of the less significant matches of the night, which, to be fair, are less significant. So it doesn't really. I don't know. What do you guys have? You been watching any NXT, Chris?
No, not at all.
Oh,
Yeah,
Why not?
I've because honestly, again, I've been watching AEW and a lot of independent wrestling. I have been watching anything else. I've been catching up on YouTube matches. I've thinking about getting IWTV because there's so much good independent matches on there. And with everything we're doing with the interviews that we do with independent wrestlers, it's hard to keep up with wrestling, man. And I've been a social media follower for the most part, trying to understand what's going on.
I don't think I've watched a full episode of NXT in one sitting, but I've been keeping up with it. It's been decent. It's not been the best it could be, but it's been decent. There's some stuff that's interesting, like the Pat McAfee, Adam Cole stuff is really. I've been enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Because it's been getting some bad PR to a certain extent.
It has been. I find it funny their personalities. Even back whenever he went on the McAfee show and blew up on him and everything, and then that punt kick the other week. Good.
Yeah, the work from the beginning for sure.
That was
Yeah,
so obvious that he was
100%.
going to punt him.
Yeah. Whenever he was leaning over like that, 100%.
A punter punting things? He got, man, what do you have to do to, be just drowning in that podcast or radio show money? Be a punter in the NFL? Is that all it takes?
Be a punter.
Quick, Steven, go learn how to punt and be a punter in the NFL.
Dude, if I could pick any cushion position in the NFL, it'd be a long snapper, not a punter.
Yeah.
You can't hit them for at least 5 yards, and basically you just throw a ball behind you, and that's all you do for 4 or 5 plays a game.
I mean, you got to be good at it, though.
I can snap
And
a
so,
ball.
so because it's you, you probably would fail at it.
Ooh,
Like you
ooh.
failed at the taco challenge the other day?
Did I fail?
Did you not get
Oh,
it done in time?
I forgot to tell people about that. So my dumbass though, like I didn't realize that they were actually doing the taco challenge because I had to push it back. And so I did the challenge. So the challenge was like basic party pack challenge. Like you have 12 soft tacos. And the internal goal with the bald monkeys, it wasn't who can eat them the fastest, but it was more, could I do 12 in 5 minutes? And so I was thinking like, man, this can't be that hard. So on this past Monday, I get the tacos. She hands me the tacos, and I'm like, the second I grab them, I'm like, oh shit, this is a heavy box of tacos. Like, I I think I got in way over my head here. But so apparently, as I was at home just trying this on the honor system, just trying this, I totally blanked and forgot that Sledge and Alex Zane and then our very own Captain Chuckles were doing it at the exact same time. So I was downstairs and so what I had done was I set up all my tacos, I started the timer and I began eating. I had a little cup of water and I did 11 tacos in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And then I hit the food wall of the century. And because I was just thinking, well, I was just trying this on the honor system or whatever, I'm just gonna like,
Stop.
I'll see. I'll just stop for a little bit and let my system kind of, figure itself out. And then I was like, okay. And then I ate the last taco and I clocked it in at 6.5 minutes. So ate 12 tacos in 6.5 minutes. How long did it take Chuck to do this? Like when he did the challenge against them?
He
It
beat
was like,
them. He beat them.
yes, he beat them by a long shot.
Yeah.
I think it was 8 minutes 27. Does that sound right?
All I know is I am not surprised that your fat ass ate those tacos that fast. And the fat ass comments just to make him pissed off. He eats so fast, it's ridiculous to the point where when we go out to eat, I have to yell at him to slow down because he eats so fast. There's a story about this really nice sandwich that we got at a restaurant that we got the same thing. It sits down in front of us. I take a little bite. I'm like, man, this is good. And I look up and all of a sudden, Jimmy doesn't have a sandwich. It's gone. I've had a bite and nothing else, and Jimmy has finished his sandwich. The man needs to slow down. He's a monster.
Haters gonna hate. But so my conclusion is I can definitely do 12 tacos and definitely do
Well,
12 tacos in
that
5 minutes, no
is
problem.
not the challenge for next month. The challenge
Well, that
is
challenge, I mean, they were trying to get me and
Oreos.
Chuck on to do that challenge again now.
Yes.
What's the
Well,
challenge for
they-
next month?
the challenge for next month is supposedly Oreos, and you both might be on that challenge
Why?
because the bald monkeys love Oreos.
They're going to be single stuffs, right?
Your Oreos of your choice. I believe Alex prefers to do the single stuff for the challenge. Yes.
So Jimmy, do those Oreo thins because they're still Oreos.
Those aren't Oreos.
You know what? Though?
No, they're
Oreo
not.
thins taste gross. They taste gross.
They do.
No, they're not.
I
They
get them to
taste
use in protein shakes.
Why is there so much crossover between wrestling and hockey fans? And I mentioned this in the chat. Is there?
Drunk
Because
rednecks like fighting.
No, hear me out here. Hear me out here. Okay. Where are some of the meccas of wrestling? Places in the Northeast,
New York,
Boston,
Montreal,
New York,
Chicago. Yeah.
Like these are places where wrestling is huge.
Huge.
Wrestling is huge. And you know what else is huge in all those areas? Hockey. Blackhawks are huge in Chicago. Rangers are begrudgingly huge in New York. Screw the Rangers. Let's go Devils. But yeah, I mean, hockey's a big deal up in the Northeast. So I don't think it's that crazy. I mean, I don't think that you're going to see a whole lot of hockey wrestling crossover in the southern states. I don't know that I see that. I mean, we all live in the South, and I don't see that much down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Other
hockey's
than
fun.
YouTube, hockey's okay.
Nobody asked you, Steven.
It was a general question, and I gave you general information.
General information.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to that independent show tomorrow, but I wish I could. It'd be fun.
Chris Jericho would make it.
He would. I'm not Chris Jericho.
You should live to be more like Chris Jericho.
What would
So
Chris
what else we got
Jericho do?
coming down the? What else we got coming down the pike? We got any? There's this ongoing thing that I've noticed. I want to give a little bit of love to Impact Wrestling in that I've noticed that there's been a lot of press given to them ever since Slammiversary, and whereas
Deserving
you used to be
press.
able to used to be able to like look up like write-ups on WWE or AEW any day of the week that they played. Even like the dark stuff, like people were writing up on AEW dark stuff all the time. But Impact would happen, and you try to look up what happened on Impact, and there might be one solitary guy that's watching Impact that's writing about it. Like that's it. Like, but that's changed a lot, man. Even like Bleacher Report's writing about it now. Like, so they've gotten their traction. It is so hot in this room. I'm dying. I'll be right back.
Jimmy has to put the air on a little higher because he's getting all heated up talking about wrestling.
So while Jimmy's away, what do you people really want to talk about?
Yeah, anything at all. Because now is the time to talk when Jimmy's not here talking. This is when you can get your time in.
Yeah, this is your time to speak. Where's JC Vega went in?
How great Double Stuff really is.
Right.
I mean, amazing. Like, it's good by itself. It's good in milk, like to dunk it in milk. I mean, that's what makes Double Stuff amazing. Is it doesn't have to be a standalone cookie. It could be a cookie in milk.
Hogan is not actually amazing. I can't agree with you on that.
They just want to see the picture again. I get it. See, that's just. I mean, it's something to see. You don't understand how upset he is that this is coming to his house. I mean, it is going to his house. So, Zicky, thank you again. I mean, this is like epic.
Props, yeah. We all have that one person we can't stand, so.
Yes. That's like if I got a Bob Lashley signed photo, that would probably, yeah, he'd be
Bob
up
Lashley.
there. Up
Yeah.
there.
Oddly enough, mine seems to be Sasha Banks. I just don't, I can't. So.
That's why he's the boss.
Did you get your sunglasses yet? Your
No,
Sasha
I
Banks
need to. I
sunglasses?
haven't. When I went to order them, they were sold out the other night, so I need to go get some. I think that's really, really fun. I'll wear them. 100%. I will wear them.
Of course you will. Of course you will. Do you have
Look.
the pictures, Chris? You have the pictures? You can show them the pictures.
Yeah, I can pull up.
Sketches.
You want to see the new emotes that we're trying to get to? We're trying to get to 50 followers. So thank you everybody who's followed today and anybody who's followed in the past. If we get to those 50 followers, we have emotes that Creamy K has already started sketching up. We're very excited about them. So let me pull them up. Ignore any random screens that pop up because my windows don't know which window to pop on. Let's see what happens. Yep, see?
You're about
Don't look
to
at
get hacked.
Don't hack me. Don't hack me. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, sketches. So you want to start with Big Baby Jimmy?
Always.
All right, so here is our Big Baby Jimmy sketch. It's coming up. Look at that thing. Does that not look like? Look at this guy. Wait, hold on. Let me make it smaller.
I can't see anything yet. I gotta look at the
There.
stream just to see.
Yeah, it's on the stream. It's interesting. It's funny.
Is that him? Look at that. Look. Does that look like him?
I don't know if the nose is big enough.
I think that's pretty good. Look, it's even got the little like thing between his teeth right there. I mean, that's good. It's not angry enough. That's a valid point. It's a valid point. This could be a lot angrier.
Could be.
That is actually a really funny point. Maybe it should just be like after I've finished doing one of my angry rants.
So every other
It's
sentence
good-
you
it's-
do.
Well, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to have it. But I don't think
All
I've
right.
had an angry rant tonight.
Here's the next one. Look at that crooked head. Whoa. That's not bad. My eyes are pretty crooked. I think that works out. What do you think of that one?
It seems right.
Seems pretty accurate. Crooked smile, crooked head. Even got my little whatever the hell, wrong side of the face. That one.
Wait, does the cheek thing? Yeah, you do that all the time too.
Do I?
Yeah, you actually do.
The
What does the
G.
G stand for in the hat?
The G. Okay, good question. The G stands for Greenville, South Carolina. There is a team down here, the Greenville Drive, and I have. Let's see. Where are all the hats at? There's one. So 9 times out of 10, I'm wearing one of the Greenville Drive hats. Today I'm wearing a Rhino JB hat. He's another streamer. But yeah, this is a Greenville Drive hat. I have probably 4 of them. So if you see me out and about, I'm probably wearing one of these. And then finally, let's see, because we don't have all of them done, but this is the boss.
No, it's so good.
So it's got the hair. Obviously, it's got the ridiculous glasses on. I mean, this is probably my favorite of all the ones that he sketched.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be your favorite? It is currently my Twitter photo also. So if you want to see it anymore, just check me out on Twitter.
Or follow us. Hit that follow button if you're not already hitting that follow button if you're hanging out in the chat right now, because we just got to get to 50 and then we can have emotes. That's literally all I want 50 followers for, so I can get emotes.
Is my hair blue?
His hair isn't blue, but I did find a blue wig on the WWE shop that I was trying to get him to buy, so that he could
Like the
make
boss.
sure that his hair would be blue. Yeah.
I'll do it. I don't care.
He's the only one who has a nickname about a wrestler that he doesn't like.
Yeah. And then
Nick is Nakamura, but he likes Nakamura.
You mean Wikipedia?
Yes, also known as Nicopedia. But there's also Chuckopedia, as well as Captain Chuckles.
We could start calling you.
As well as
we could start calling you Hollywood
face,
Jimmy.
Question mark?
Hollywood Baby Jimmy.
Hollywood Baby Jimmy. That's. You're stretching. You're trying to troll me. It's not working. Move on.
Oh, I'm not trying to troll you. It was legitimate, suggestion.
when it comes,
that's all we need. We need some form of a Hulk Hogan emote. So anytime you guys troll me with those, they can just spam Hulk Hogan emotes.
Make it worry about that. We got more emotes. Those are the 3 we'll show you tonight, though. Yeah. Hit that follow button.
More.
Tell your friends that we talk about stuff and we're fun, and we talked about, I don't know, maybe we talked about doing other stuff tonight, but we ended up talking about wrestling, which is really what this podcast is.
We have a couple things that we can talk about next time. We have like the list, like JC Vega gave me a list of like a whole bunch of pay-per-views. And we could either do that. I think another thing we could do is have an episode about hot takes and unpopular opinions in rants. I think that would be really good for Captain Chuckles, because I'm so damn sick of seeing him all happy-go-lucky all the time on these interviews. If you're listening to this, Chuck, I need to see the rage, buddy. I need to see the rage. Let's see that rage.
It would literally just be the whole time of you and him talking back and forth.
Like, it's time, it's Chuckles time. Just Vader bombs Creamy K through a bush. Let's go.
Shoves him into a couch.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
He did threaten to F5 me. Yeah. So there is a photo out there back in the day of Captain Chuckles holding me in position for an F5 because we had many of the backyard wrestling matches. And I did the job a lot of times for that large man. And he always threatens to F5 me again. I don't think he can. I think I'd super kick and throw him in the walls of Jericho.
Walls of Christopher.
The real walls. The real wall.
Which is the lion tamer now, right?
Yeah, with the knee in the back walls.
That hurts, man. That hurts like real bad.
Yeah. So 66th Avalon Hussars. I'm gonna make sure that Captain Chuckles feels my wrath one day again. It's coming. I'm coming for that belt. We're gonna have to get the belt so I can take it from him. Not that belt.
Is Chuck gonna be drunk? Is he gonna be asleep? Is it gonna be like the hardcore belt where like he's asleep and you just go in and kind of like take the belt from him? Because I don't think you're gonna beat him just one-on-one.
Chaz, I know. I'm just calling you by your streaming game.
Are you streaming a game right now? What are you streaming?
Vintage is back and brought the blue. Hey, Vintage. Welcome back. Oh.
So you're playing a game and watching us. I see.
Yes. I do that too.
Golly day.
Any other
Golly
topics?
day.
Any other topics we haven't talked about? What do you guys want to do? Smash Brothers? I like Smash Brothers. It's a cool game.
You've been playing Fall Guys a lot lately, haven't you?
I have been playing Fall Guys a good bit. I don't know if you guys.
That's like the hot game. Kid game for adults, a la not actually a kid game for adults. It's just a kid game and a bunch of adults are playing it.
Yeah, and I like it a lot because I don't get annoyed by it. I don't care if I win or lose. There's no like whatever. It's a mindless game that's just fun. I like it.
More of a World of Warcraft person myself. I know there's a certain stigma that goes along with that, but
I can see that about you.
All right.
Well,
It's all right. The big baby abides.
I'm just waiting for retro to come out with the wrestling game.
If any of you people that listen or follow or like us are interested in World of Warcraft, yeah, you people, follow Big Baby over here, and maybe you guys can do some dungeons together or something.
I had a long conversation. With one of my followers about World of Warcraft.
Well, you should get them to join you.
They were putting me through. They were putting me through it, like with the questions. Like that first major question was always to everybody is like, "Are you Horde or are you Alliance?" And that's always a risky question to answer. But I'm here to say I'm unapologetically Alliance, all day.
No idea what's going on right now, but I'm pretty sure someone asked Jimmy if he was a whore. Like that's pretty much what I got out of that question right there. Am
I a whore? What are you
that's
talking about?
Horde, you said,
Horde.
Right? I know.
Horde.
But I don't know these things. I am not into that, which is fine. I
don't know your old stuff. You and your video games.
I'm the youngest one here, and I don't know it either. So,
all you young whippersnappers and your technologies.
Whoa, technologies.
I don't get it. I got this phone. I don't know how it works though.
I love your Christopher voice.
It's dead on. It's exactly how I sound.
How about my Kermit? Have you heard my Kermit the Frog? Kermit the Frog here.
This is the spot. This is what this is.
Oh,
this
stream.
Y'all
please give us some questions so we're not listening to Jimmy make up voices.
Kermit the Frog here to talk about wrestling and World of Warcraft.
That's the new stream. The Bald Monkeys talks about Kermit the Frog in World of Warcraft.
Oh, God is right.
Do Sidney Crosby? How do we do Sidney Crosby?
I could just I should just start playing some Ascension while we're doing this. Just ignore you guys the rest of the podcast.
Anybody want a sticker?
Yeah.
Anybody? Not you. Anybody want a sticker? Anybody in the chat?
Stickers.
Anybody in the chat want to? I'll send you a sticker, Steven. Anybody in the
I
chat
have
want a sticker?
Some somewhere. I need some new ones, I guess.
We got this cool new this one. We got a cool new everything's backwards. It's throwing me off. We got a cool hologram one. Hologram
So on
sticker?
the Super Nintendo, they used to have like a Royal Rumble game, or maybe it was like a Battle Royal game. I'm trying to think. I bet you I could find it. That was always my favorite vintage wrestling game when I was growing up.
The best.
WrestleMania 2000.
No. WrestleFest is the best wrestling
No Mercy 64 was
game
good.
ever. There's nothing better than WrestleFest.
That was a WCW game I liked there for a while too.
WrestleFest. Stop naming other things. It's WrestleFest.
You can't just keep yelling the same
Oh.
thing.
Is this
that's-
terminology coming
that's-
from you, Mr.
that's-
Single Stuff?
That's not how it works, Jimmy. That's not how these arguments work. You just don't yell and win. That's not how it works. You're wrong. Listen, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Royal Rumble. WWF Royal Rumble. That was my go-to game, I believe. Maybe it was Super WrestleMania.
I heard that game was terrible.
Which one? Super WrestleMania?
Anything you say.
Wow.
How do you not love WrestleFest? WrestleFest lets you play the Royal Rumble, the greatest idea in wrestling ever. You get to be the big boss man or Mr. Perfect or Ultimate
Can you be the
Warrior.
gobbledygooker?
You can't be the
Well,
gobbledygooker.
then Jimmy's not gonna like it.
Oh my god.
I know, man. At least Steven gets it.
River City Ransom. I think that's what it's called. Is it a shooting game?
I think so. I don't think I've played it. I think I've seen some people play it, and I've talked to people about it, but I
I think
haven't
that's
played it.
I think that's a shooting game. Vintage, is that? I know it's a delay. We have to wait for Vintage to answer. I'll wait.
No, it looks like it's
Speaking
a
of
fighting game.
games, you were talking about WoW and all that. I've been invited to start playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I think I'm going to give it a shot. I've never played it before.
Like with just like a group and a dungeon master and whatnot?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that too. I've always kind of wanted to do that and do a wrestling luchador themed
Well,
type
you can do it
Dungeons
through
Dragon thing.
chat rooms. So if we ever got a day together, we can get some fans to join in that would want to. D&D with Bald Monkeys.
Oh my gosh.
We're all nerds. Let's be honest.
We're
We are
just different
all
ranges of nerds.
Yes.
I think
What
between
is-
all
what
of
are
us,
you-
we cover the whole spectrum.
Well, let's see. What type of a nerd are you, Steven? Let's hear it. What are you nerdy about while I go get a beer?
I mean, no. What would you classify being nerdy about? I'm into a lot of different stuff. Sports, games, all kinds of music.
You said we just covered the whole spectrum.
I know we do cover the spectrum, but
What you're nerdy about, and you don't even know what to say.
well, people call you a nerd about being into anything.
You're bad at your second job.
Wow. I'm not good at my first job, but what do you consider yourself a nerd at?
Horror movies, 100% World of Warcraft, 100% wrestling, of course.
I actually have
Music?
started a horror movie night. I got a friend and one of my brothers come over every Friday night. We do dinner and we watch different scary movies.
Friday night is the best night to watch a horror movie.
Mhm.
That's what got me when I was a kid, man. Man, that's a good idea. Cards Against Humanity. That sounds ridiculous and fun. Yeah, when I was a little kid, Sci-Fi Channel, this was back when it was SCI, not SYFY. Sci-Fi Channel used to have horror movies on every Friday night, and that was my jam.
Okay.
And that's like my first allowed horror movie. I can still remember this. The first movie that my parents allowed me to watch was Poltergeist, and the first movie that I snuck was John Carpenter's The Thing, which to this day is
It's a
still
good
my
one.
favorite horror movie of
Yeah.
all time.
My first one that I remember, I guess, sneaking is Aliens, and I go back and watch Aliens all the time. I love the whole franchise. Um, I love scary movies. I more of a slasher movie, I guess, fan. When it comes to being overly into stuff, a lot of my close friends and family make fun of me for it. I'm a huge Buffy nerd. I probably
Oh,
know anything and
gosh.
everything about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've read the graphic novels. I've played the games. All of it. Um, Huge Batman nerd. I love most superheroes and stuff. Love wrestling. Old school Tomb Raider games.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
Wrestlers streaming games. Oh yeah, tons of them. Tons of them. Yeah, Evil Uno does. Zicky plays retro games every once in a while. Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford. Man, there's a laundry list of wrestlers that play. Lucha. What's his name? Oh, he's part of Lucha.
Luchasaurus?
No, part of Lucha Party. Lucha House Party. Not Metalik,
Yeah, Kalisto?
not Kalisto.
The other one.
God.
The other guy. That's
The
not
other
either
one.
Metal League. I can't remember his name.
So, Christopher, what are you nerdy into other than wrestling?
Wrestling, obviously. Collectibles. I used to think that I was gonna like collect stuff that was gonna be popular one day, like baseball cards and like
Beanie Babies?
starting lineup figures and stuff. Um, Really into retro old gaming systems. I have all my systems still for the most part. My Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis. I bought a new Atari thing. The thing that people probably don't know, Legos is a good one too. The people that people don't know about is trains. I am a geek for trains. I never learned about them. I just like trains. I don't need to know everything about them. I just think they're really cool. And I always wanted like a really big train set when I was a kid. And my dad always got me a race car set for some reason. Like every year I'd get like a race car set. And I'd be like, no, I want a train set. And
Chris, trains are stupid. Get a race car.
but I do have a pretty cool race car set. It's got a little Batmobile. It's pretty cool. I still have that.
Then they
Yeah,
sling off of it? Yeah.
and just pull the trigger and go. So, but yeah, I mean, and the collectible thing, I still have. Like, I'm still trying to get rid of some of this stuff that's worth nothing now, but it's cool. Um, Everybody's a
If you
nerd
were
for
to
something.
if you were to stream a game on here, what would you stream? If you were
Me?
to stream games on Twitch, yeah, what would you stream? What would you play?
It wouldn't be interesting to anybody. My favorite game to just play is any of the NHL games on Genesis. I loved all those NHL games. I have all of them, and I will roll through all of them. I'll play 94, 95, 96, 97. I'll play playoffs, I'll play seasons. Those are just fun for me, just constantly playing hockey
The
on video games.
My favorite, like I said, I love the old Tomb Raider games. I love the newer ones too, but my favorite game of all time is called Legend of Dragoon. And it's old PlayStation 1 game, 4 discs, and I can sit down and play through it over and over and over and love every bit of it.
Legend of Dragoon. That one's not ringing a bell.
And
Yeah,
in
well,
Legends of Zelda, I was really
Is
good at that.
is that a JRPG? Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely is.
It's really fun. A lot of people got into Final Fantasy more, but if you've never played it, I highly recommend Legend of Dragoon. I love every bit of it.
Legend of Dragoon. You want to
Cards
hear me
Against
get really
Humanity,
nerdy?
Jackbox.
Oh my gosh. I was talking to Sarah the other night and we were talking about Final Fantasy X. And
Final Fantasy X is my favorite Final
gosh,
Fantasy.
I am such a nerd about that game. I mean, we were talking about it, and I was like, I remember, I play the game at least once a year, sometimes twice a year, and I'm just obsessed with it. I literally bought a Switch just to get Final Fantasy X on it.
That's a
Just
lie.
to get Final Fantasy X.
That's a lie.
Huh?
You bought a Switch so that you could play Tetris with friends.
No, that was the other. That was the thing that I almost bought it for. Like
Okay.
I was literally watching. It was.
I remember that
like,
story. I was like,
it was Tetris 100 or Tetris 99,
Yeah.
the competitive. Like, oh my god, that game's so fun too. But I was like, man, was telling you, I was like, man, I really want to buy this Switch just for this Tetris game.
Yeah.
And then they announced that they were releasing the Final Fantasy
I was like, ooh,
10.
I'll do it too.
Then it was like they were like, oh, they're releasing Final Fantasy X, and I was like, done deal.
See, and now I need to go back and play Final Fantasy X because I haven't played it in probably 2 or 3 years, and damn.
I could stream that game. I know a hell of a lot about that game.
I know.
Not to mention, I'm telling you what, and as anybody who plays games a lot knows, every now and then you play games that put you in the feels. Man, Final Fantasy X puts me in the feels. Like by the time I get to the end of that game, I'm very emotionally involved in it.
I am terrible at the rap battle. I am terrible at the rap battle. Terrible at the rap battle.
I've played the new Final Fantasy VII remake. I never got into 7 like everybody else did. 10 was my favorite. I played 7. It was all right. I liked 1 and 2 better than I did 7. 10 was just my favorite.
1 and 2. Woo.
Yeah.
You know which one you need to go back and play is I think it's 6. Was 6 the last one that was on SNES?
I think you're right.
I think that's accurate. The last one that was on Super Nintendo was amazing. And I think it was Final Fantasy VI.
7 was a fun playthrough, but it's one of those, once I played through it once, I was like, okay, I get it. It's fun. I didn't care to go back and do it again. But 10, I've done it so many times, it's not even funny. But like I said, Legend of Dragoon was my favorite. If y'all have never played it, check it out, or at least read about it or watch YouTube on it. It was really fun. If you like Final Fantasy, you would like Legend of Dragoon.
Ampho, what is that Final Fantasy game you like to play, so that I can tell you you're wrong and that it's awful?
Why are you?
Hey, I know him.
Trolling. You are trolling the chat room.
There's nothing wrong with me trolling the chat room. It's okay.
Don't you love how a wrestling podcast
they could take it.
Into
12.
Video games?
Yes, Final Fantasy 12.
No.
Horrible game.
No.
Horrible game. Why do you like it so much? No. Actually, you don't actually have to answer. I mean, you can answer that for them. I do know the answer because we've talked about this quite a bit. Final Fantasy VII was pretty good, man. I enjoyed it.
Is it weird that I never got into Final Fantasy? I never got into it.
Listen, the whole genre of JRPGs and stuff like that, they are, I don't know. I don't think that you would totally understand. See, the problem is when you're into a little bit too much of that stuff, you get labeled as a weeb anyway. And I don't think that you're probably don't even know what a weeb is.
Other games
features a bad plot, uncompelling characters, but automated programmable characters.
Oh god,
that's what he likes about it. He can break the game with programmable characters.
That's
what he likes about it.
Other games I'd like to see streamed that I used to enjoy playing was the Silent Hill games and the Resident Evil games. I love playing on them too.
Well, the whole reason I'm talking about this is like if you think about some of these games that we can take turns and jump on stream and play some of these games. Like, so I would be more than willing to stream myself playing a little Final Fantasy X. If we're going to go back to SNES, I love me some Link to the Past, my favorite Zelda game of all time. Definitely up there. I'd be more than happy to stream some WoW. I just don't know if people would actually want to watch that or not.
There's a whole group that would be into that probably. Leroy Jenkins. Tried WoW.
Silent Hill was good stuff. Silent Hill 2 was better though.
It was. And then I love the old Resident Evil games when it was actually zombies and not some kind of weird parasite. I enjoy Resident Evil 4, but after that it was.
You
But
play
anything
Resident
before
Evil
4.
7? Did you play
I
Resident
played
Evil?
them all. And
Resident Evil 7 is a pretty damn good game, man.
there's been a lot of fun to play through, but I like the originals. I don't know why. Resident Evil 2 was probably my favorite one. I went back and played that one multiple times.
I have definitely contemplated scaring the crap out of myself.
No, it's filling up my water.
These mic, they're good. I have Red Dead Redemption 2. I have not even started it yet. Do you think it'd be worth me streaming myself playing that occasionally?
Probably. I haven't played it myself either, but a lot of people love it. The Diablo games are good.
Stream it.
Listen.
The God of War games are a lot of fun.
Let me tell you about Diablo 2. There once was a young man named Big Baby Jimmy who was so into Diablo 2 that his grades tanked and he got banned from playing Diablo 2 because he liked playing it so much. Yeah, that was me as a kid. I literally started failing school because of Diablo 2. Literally. Love that game. Let's go. Immortal King's Barb. Let's do it. Barbarian, because Immortal King's Barb. I loved Immortal Kings, was such an amazing set.
I have no idea what's going on.
Now when I play,
you were older than you're too old for this, Chris. It's okay.
Now I played Doom. Diablo 3.
Play Doom, the original.
Doom was fun. I
like
Doom.
The original Doom.
Original? Yeah. A lot of fun. Just like I like the original Halo more than the rest of them.
Video game.
I got my Atari. I'm gonna break my Atari out.
God, I wonder how many people would watch you if you played Atari games.
I have a friend who's really into I get a friend who's really into the fighting games like Street Fighter and all that kind of stuff, and he makes custom the boards for it to play because he's into it so much. And that's another one of those I've never been able to get into, like the whole craze for it. There's so much people do for that, just like with the WoW. I don't get it. So I'm with you on that a little bit, Chris. That I don't understand some of it. But
I used to hang out at. We had so this is gonna date me. We had a baseball.
More than you've already dated yourself.
A baseball card store that was downtown in the city I grew up in, and I would go there with a roll of quarters to play Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat, because he had the cabinet there, and I would sit there and play Mortal Kombat in the baseball card store, and then look at baseball cards and starting line of figures. This was probably like 1995-ish. So, yeah. I'm old.
I started kindergarten in 95.
95. I wasn't starting kindergarten. You were really young. I mean, talk about a dynamic here.
I was born in 90.
One of my friends just started playing Fall Guys, Chris. I could hook you guys up. You guys could play Fall Guys together.
See, I don't want to play with anyone. I just want to randomly
he wants
jump
to play
on
with himself, okay?
And then shut up. And then just play Fall Guys. Like I thought about streaming it, but I'm like, who wants to watch me play Fall Guys?
People have been watching people play Fall Guys a lot. Listen, trying to dissect what makes Twitch works, give up before you even begin. First of all, you're too old to understand it, and second of all,
I don't know what these things do. There's buttons and lights and cameras. I don't know what's going on. Is that good?
That's coming from the Bod Monkeys tech personnel. So.
Let me try it. Let's see if it works, people. You ready?
Waiting for it.
Damn it! I'm sorry, everyone. I'm very sorry. I'm trying. Let's see if this
There's nothing wrong with being born in 88.
Aha! Look, I can do it that way. Everybody just go hit that link right there. You'll find all of us on social media. Everybody's on there.
Everybody's older than me. Don't feel bad about that.
That's the thing out there.
Everybody's older than me. Nobody's older than Chris, but everybody's older
He's
than
the
me.
youngin.
Vintage,
He's
I
the
am
youngin.
still older than you. Yes, I am the old guy now. When Captain Chuckles gets here, he is our captain, and he is the oldest.
Oh,
Well, didn't
Captain, our
Vintage?
captain.
I'm trying to think. Weren't they all telling what their ages were earlier? I don't know, man.
Vintage said 88.
Yeah,
I
just a
thought
second ago.
Oh.
When were you born, Jimmy?
I was born in the wonderful year of 1988.
The year
the
of our
best
Lord,
year.
1988.
The year of our Lord, 1988. I will, by the way, I could stream Red Dead Redemption 2. That'd be interesting. It'd definitely make for a lot of content because I understand that game takes a while.
We definitely have to play
It'd be interesting.
Jackbox. Jackbox would have been something we were thinking about tonight, but with you in a hotel, I don't know if that makes the most sense.
I don't know if it'll work or not. I mean, I could try it. I just don't know if it'll work.
I don't think the
Do I have a good
sound would.
one?
I don't know if the sound would play through over there.
Probably not.
The sound will play for what?
Everyone
Here, I
would
can
have.
test it. I can
You guys,
test it.
you
Give me a
guys
sec.
want to try to play Jackbox? We're gonna try.
I can test it.
You guys are hanging out with us. You've been here most of the time. We appreciate that. Got a good group of people sticking out with the bald monkeys.
Pretty
So
sure he's
while
the oldest man here. It's okay.
Chaz is getting up there too. So while Jimmy's testing that, Hell Hath No Fury is coming up in September. It's in Texas. You cannot probably go to the event because it's in Texas unless you live in Texas, in Buda. There is going to be a way to
Or
stream
close
it.
to Buddha.
You guys will be the first to know that Captain Chuckles and I are thinking about giving away a way to watch that event. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up.
Stream it through Twitch or something.
I don't
The
have it in
licensing
front of me.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me, but it's like another like IWTV kind of thing that's
Yeah.
Enable
doing it.
screen sharing for me.
Christopher?
Hold on.
It's really creepy when you get up like this.
Is it?
Welcome to a delicious dish.
I'll make you the host.
Kermit the Frog here.
Big Baby Jimmy is the host now.
Bert.
Bird? What?
Bert. Can you hear that?
No, but I can see it.
I might have to go into it. Can you hear that?
I can hear it. It's gonna take a second for everybody to tell us if they can hear at home. Yes, everyone can join. Yes, all of you here are gonna be able to play with us. Yep, they can hear it, Jimmy.
That's good.
This is impromptu Jackbox. Woo!
That's really who can get into the room first.
Well, 8 people can play. So if people finish and get in before the 3 of us, yeah, you can play. All right, let me jump in.
I'm still in the process of rebuilding this laptop, so I don't know if it'll let me get to play a game.
It's easy. Go to. It's not even.
I didn't say it was difficult.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
You made it sound like it was difficult.
It's always difficult with him.
I have to authorize. Hold on, I'm on my way. What's the room code here? RRVF. Chaz is in.
I see a Chaz.
Chaz is in.
They can actually hear it too, right?
Yes, everybody can hear. Yep, everybody's good.
Okay, because I can't see chat anymore, so you guys have to
I
relay chat.
I am on the chat. I'm on the chat. So if anybody else wants to play, go ahead and jump
You
in.
Ampho, are you wanting to just lose? Is that what's happening here? You want to lose?
There, we got 4 more spots. Vintage, get in here if you want to play.
I hope the delay is not too big of a thing. How much do you have this stream delayed by? Do you have it delayed at all on Twitch? I know it delays it a little bit.
It's it's the normal shortest delay you can do. So
All right. Well, hopefully this isn't a miserable failure because
yes,
the
we
delay
will
is
try.
too crazy.
We will try. We're waiting for a couple people. If anybody else wants to play, I will. I'm gonna send out a quick tweet. I don't know how to change the delay though. How do I change the delay? Let's see.
Aren't you supposed to be the Twitch master?
I am the Twitch master. That's
That's
the boss is in.
Are you
God.
you are showing the screen too, right?
No.
That's the thing.
Yes, I'm showing the screen. Minimum delay is 3 seconds.
All right, cool.
Do you guys think it's minimum delay, or do you feel like it's longer than 3 seconds?
I think it's a little longer. Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can figure out how to change it.
If it's within 5 seconds or so, it's probably okay. Probably won't be the end of the world.
Really the end of the world.
I just have to be careful not to do too many free answer games on Jackbox when we allow people to play with us. Don't want to get kicked off of Twitch.
Why would you get kicked off?
If they decided to write something offensive.
Oh, now I'm gonna write something offensive.
We don't even
Don't-
have
no.
50 followers. I think we'll be okay. Nobody knows what we're doing here. All right, who are we waiting on
Back
here?
and relax.
Do you want to get started here and people can? Oh, here we go.
I mean, we. Why is somebody joining?
Oh, it's 20 seconds. Let me back this off. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna check something real quick.
Don't
Go
have
ahead,
it set to 20 seconds.
I'll back it off to 5.
Does it go all the way down to 3? If it does, put it all the way down to 3.
I'm putting it all the way down to 3.
It's what you got to do when you're doing community games like this, because I mean, I guess it could be fine them being 20 seconds behind, because then we'll have an unfair advantage and we'll just win all the time, and we can be like, you guys are the worst. We just rock it.
All right, go ahead and refresh the stream, and hopefully it catches up, and you guys should only have a 3-second delay now. Somebody in the chat, please let me know that it works. Hit that refresh and let me know.
I could try it. I could try it since I'm actually talking on the stream. Reload.
Madverse City. We'll get you in Vintage. We're gonna try the murder, whatever this is called.
Madverse City. I don't know if I have that one downloaded, but I can make sure it gets there. It is
Yes.
on 5, right?
I dropped it all the way down to 3. Oh, Echo.
It's pretty fast. Make sure it gets there. It is
Yes.
on 5. That's echoing because I was listening to it.
All right, I think
you
we're at
shouldn't
the
hear that
lowest we
anymore.
can be. We're good. Yep. Everybody in? Everybody in that wants to play? Can we start?
Yeah, I'm downloading Jackbox Party 5 as we speak. Hopefully that doesn't affect the stream too much. If it does, I'll have to stop it. I'm just waiting on the boss to get here.
I'm here.
We're ready, Jimmy.
All right, here we go.
I'm usually the first one to die in this game, by the way.
Is you're bad at trivia?
I'm just bad at games.
TBM Christopher as
That's how I look usually, angry.
Wake up! Wake up. Welcome to Trivia Night, a perfect storm of unholy truths. But it's also the feel-good trivia fun-time hit of the summer. You'll love it.
That sounded okay.
I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you get a
Loud,
question
too
wrong, you
loud,
have to-
chat. How is it?
It's fine.
If you do I'll kill you. But don't worry.
Well, for me, it's fine. It's a little low
Yeah,
now.
we asked chat. We asked chat.
Where the living and dead compete to see
Look.
Did you lower it, Jimmy?
Yeah, he did.
Just now, no. I did not.
Oh, now somebody can't hear it.
Okay, now,
Yeah,
first
now it's
question.
fine.
Which foul-mouthed comedian hosted the kid show Thomas and Friends?
Oh, I didn't mean to click. What the heck? I don't even know what I clicked. Probably got that wrong.
And the correct answer is...
Oh,
You got the
no.
question right.
Well,
The rest of you...
What the hell
I
did
hope
you guys
die
say?
before me. I said Andrew Dice Clay. I don't know.
Chaz, what is
Little
wrong
Miss
with these
Muffet.
guys?
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
I switched screens to answer the question, and when I clicked the other screen, it clicked an answer, so.
Draw this thing the best you can and press send when you're finished.
Yeah, you're right. The sound is kind of varying. I don't understand why.
I can try to boost it up.
Well, it's good sometimes and then it lowers sometimes. It's weird.
Dang it. Oh, I hate this computer. That was horrible.
Did that go higher?
Yeah, it sounds all right. And now it's low. It's weird. It's like dropping. Is it picking up your mic or something and trying to like auto adjust?
I don't know. Maybe.
Come on. I was serious when I said everyone has to draw. Now I'm
What is A? Oh, man.
just lazy.
Come on.
Just late.
Come on.
So
Come
far,
on.
Are scores
Yamfo.
important?
Just
If you
throwing
crave
it
external
away.
validation, then yeah. Let's try this again. I just love me some bubbly
Give
water.
me some beer.
According to their website,
Bubbly.
how do you pronounce this?
I'm gonna say that. I drink this all the time, by the way. So I'm gonna be a little disappointed if I get this wrong.
Mmm. Delicious LaCroix.
Hell yeah,
Oh, I
LaCroix.
got it wrong.
LaCroix. Oh my god. Come on, Steve.
I don't drink that crap. I don't.
It's not crap.
It's
It's
crap.
not crap. It's
It's
not
100% crap.
Yes, the loser wheel. Good luck.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Looks like you're gonna die.
I mean, he's got a couple chances to not die, but take a drink of Steve. No way.
well, my jaw isn't
Look
Hacker.
it.
You hacker. Dirty, dirty hack.
You're a dirty, dirty something, all right.
Yeah, Jimmy, I think it's your mic. I think it's picking up the computer and then switching or something.
What is the South American equivalent of an ostrich? Who said? This one?
A Ripley? Is that what it is? It's a Ripley? A
I
Ray
have a
Ripley?
surprise for you.
We all got that wrong.
Uh-huh.
Use letters to spell the longest word you can before time runs out. Just ignore any blood on the letters. But the person with the shortest word will be punished. Start poking those letters with your fingers. The letters don't have to touch each other. And remember to press submit when you're done. You're
This is
almost out
intense.
of
This is
time.
intense. Come on, boss. Don't fuck this up.
Let's see what you
I
can.
didn't get it in time. Damn,
Ooh, I would have lost.
Woo!
I died.
Oh, is that a bad? That's not a real word. Come on, we get to get Ric Flaired. It's a thing. We're in a wrestling room.
Looks
That
like
should
somebody's
be a
a
word.
ghosty ghost, but keep playing, and I promise you can still win. Even death doesn't get you out of trivia murder.
Thanks a
party.
lot. I'm switching between screens because I want to see everything on the other one. It's really driving me nuts. But yeah, I do suck at this apparently.
I've got more questions for you.
Get him, Chaz.
Pregnant alone? And the correct answer is this one.
Boo.
One of you
I
is
knew
still
that one.
alive.
I mean, at least Christopher's gonna die. Hopefully. Oh, boo.
Well, pretty much there in the title, honestly. Just a few with your fingers to cut off.
This doesn't know.
Well, right answer.
Ah,
Already.
just yeah, cut the first one off. Whatever.
Up fingers? I guess anyone would say the same thing. Here's another one. How many electoral college votes are awarded to California?
Oh gosh. Political aficionados.
Think. Not much of a little. Oh damn.
I did. Oh, Chaz, what's happening here?
Uh-oh, this is a
Oh, I hope I
mess.
get to play against
I'm
you.
going to need everyone's help.
Yes.
There's blood all over this art. Memorize the pattern of blood. Alright, that's enough time. Reproduce the pattern on your device by tapping on all the spaces that were red. Then press submit when you're done. If anyone does better than you, I will be testy. Just finish up already. Here's that art again,
I was a little
and here's
off.
what
55%.
anyone did better.
Oh, that's so sad for you, Chaz. I'm so sorry that you had to die, but no regrets.
You. That's gotta mess with your mind. The whittling down to just one player has
Okay.
finally come
Oh,
to
in all
fruition. Let's do
seriousness,
this.
chat. Christopher can't win. He'll be
wasn't
unbearable.
easy making it here alive, and it won't be easy to escape with your body. I'm going to give you a category. Countries with capitals that start with B. Tap on each answer that fits, then press submit. Let's see the right answers. You move forward one space for every correct answer. Aww, you have to get answers right to get closer to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you. Time is almost up. A ghost is
Damn it,
one of
Chaz.
your invertebrates.
Why is there 3? I only see 2.
You only see 2 because you're alive. When you're dead, you see 3. It's a catch-up mechanic.
You guys suck.
Chaz is right on your tail, man.
It's not fair. You get 3.
Oh, no.
You killed your friend! Better get away fast. And you're...
Oh, I'm gone.
Oh, I don't know this at all.
I know this one.
I'm making guesses.
Ironies in Alanis Morissette's Ironic.
3 points, baby. 3 points.
Why say that out loud?
Because I know I got all of them right.
Guess what? You got one. What?
I got all of them right, too. You're ahead of me.
Oh.
Star Wars planets and moons.
Oh, Chaz is taking it right back. Chaz is taking it right back. It had to be Star Wars.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's not fair. He got 3. He got an extra choice.
Took all the questions after I died. I know every single one.
I have no idea on this one. Oh, he's taking it back. You're right at the end. Don't fuck this up.
Come on, Chris, for the win.
Get out the
Does he
door.
know it? Does he know it for the win?
Hey, kiddo.
Do I know it? Sidekicks was a badass movie.
Is that enough to get you out? Not enough! Yes! Oh, here we go! Let's go!
Classified as bears.
All I gotta do is get one right, and I know one, so... Here I am.
You know one?
I know at least one of them. I am the champion, my friend. Oh, how does it feel to
How did that happen?
lose, boys?
How did that
Lose,
just
boys.
happen?
I was hanging a clean third the whole time. At the very end, was like, "No, I'll just take the victory." Actually,
I made $10,000. How did I not win?
Chad's made a lot of money, but he's dead.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure I'm last. I did horrible at this. Thanks for pointing it out.
Vintage, the game like kind of goes in and out. We're not sure if it's because of the mic or whatever.
What is it? The noise?
Thanks.
Was it quiet? Was it quiet when I silenced my mic? Like I can shut up the whole time.
I don't know which one of you would be most obnoxious as a winner, but Jimmy is trying. Oh, your friend.
I'll play one more time before I have to go.
All right, yeah, let's see if we can get in here. How do I gotta refresh this thing?
Just slaughter you guys. Come on now. I need you guys to pick up the speed.
Come on, Vintage, get in. Come slaughter us.
Let me know when you're ready so I can hit start.
Steven, are you the one that's making it quieter?
I hope not. I haven't done anything. It just made me the VIP because I was the first person in the room.
I'm a sack of potatoes, apparently.
I believe that.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
Oh, is it really just going to be the four of us? Does everybody else leave?
No, Vintage should jump. Vintage is in.
Yeah, I'm saying the four of us.
Chaz is going to bed.
And then somebody else said they were out too. Yeah, I'm out. Fun times, y'all. Guess it's just the four of us.
All right, Vintage is just gonna whoop the bunkies apparently.
Well, everybody's in.
Chaz, thanks for coming in. Unamfo, thanks for coming.
Let's hope. Best of luck.
Jimmy, I barely hear you now.
Oh, I actually had the mic off. you Amfo. It's Steven with a V.
Not Steven with a V.
Wake up! Welcome to Trivia Night, voted most painful quiz show 7 straight years. You know, like Mom used to make. I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you
I'm
get a
gonna
question
skip the
wrong,
intro.
all the sharp objects. Very smart move. Okay now, first question. Sure, the Spice Girls are one of the best bands of all time, but I'm more interested in the artists behind the characters. What is Baby Spice's real name?
Too easy.
You would know, wouldn't you?
I would know. Yep.
Who got the question right?
Me and Vintage just whooped
You're
y'all
in for
candy
a
asses.
treat. Welcome
Should have
to
known
the
you would have
killing
got the girl
floor.
question right.
I'm going to ask you
Quality,
a question.
man. I know it all.
Your answer is very important. What's your greatest achievement so far in life? Type an answer on your device and press send when you're finished. Now everyone gets to vote. I want you to pick the answer that you hate the most. Whoever wrote the answer with the most votes dies.
I mean, I love the one answer, so
The
I have to
answer
hate
that
the
makes
other.
you go, oh hell no. The votes are in.
Oh,
I think you can guess what a tie means.
both dead. Well, this might
We
be a
blew
fast
up.
game.
Ooh, look, here's everybody's score.
Might be
I
a
put a lot
fast
of work
game.
into the scoreboard.
It's cool because I got to bounce after this one. So.
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking about stretching you guys out on the rack.
Oh my gosh, me.
What nation, on average, has the tallest people? Who picked this one?
I was wrong.
Only a good.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Alright.
Oh, I'm already dead.
Which board game included the Pop-O-Matic?
No, I was wrong. I picked the wrong one completely. Oh man. I know it now that I think about it and you just pick an answer.
Oh no, Vintage, hurry up!
And the correct answer is this.
Trouble, 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 trouble.
Uh-oh.
Let's. Well, howdy there. Welcome back to the killing floor. We're going to play Chalices. All of the safe players have been provided with a poison pellet. Pick a chalice to put your poison in. Now it's your turn to play. Pick a chalice to drink from. Ah! I can't wait to see what gets picked. Yummy, yummy. Now let's see what everyone drank.
Oh man, good spread, guys. Good spread.
This is gonna hurt.
So, if I do my calculations right, that means everybody's dead except for the winner of the last
Poison touched your
round.
supple lips like
Yeah,
a-
well.
Didn't
let me
work
get some
out for me.
questions to take over.
Didn't work out for me last time, so.
Yeah, but you're bad.
I'm right behind you.
I'm way back there, so it's okay.
You can do this. Just have to stall a bit. All right then. If you can survive 2 more questions, everyone goes to the final round. Let's try another one. And now, for the worst pain
So I have to
of
survive
all,
2 questions to actually be able to
obscure
win.
baseball
I think.
facts. Which of these teams was the original Murderer's Row?
It's easy. Oh, maybe.
Who said
I'm not the biggest on
this
baseball.
We are. We watch baseball.
Let's
Yeah,
try
no, you
another
do.
one. What does the P in zip code stand for?
God, if I get this wrong, I'm gonna be so angry at myself. I work in mail.
Who picked?
Oh no.
Let's play a game.
Oh my gosh.
I've got like everything wrong this time around. This is horrible.
Memorize the pattern. Okay, you've seen enough. From left to right, what was the order of the colors? I will accept 0 mistakes. And voila! Look familiar? How close did you get? You survived. I bet you'll always remember this.
Always. I'll always remember this, guys.
Only one of you is still alive. You know what that means. Congrats on making it here alive. Now let's see if you can escape with your body.
All right.
I'm going
See
to
if
give you
old
a
big
category.
baby Jimmy can make this happen.
American Girl dolls. Let's see the right answers. You move forward 1 space for every correct answer. You're getting real close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body.
You're gonna
Then
get
they
a
can
bunch
escape
of
and
questions
win
you
the
don't know.
game.
You get so angry.
Here's everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
Here we go. I'm halfway there.
Here's another one. Films released in 3D.
Ooh, I don't know. We'll say that. God, I might have gotten that wrong.
Are you afraid of the dark? You should be. Conifer trees.
I thought, weren't you just like going like this earlier? Look at. Oh, you've changed your tune a little bit, huh? Here you go.
Mortal Kombat characters.
There, you guys have the only right answer. There you go, 3 for 3. I like it. Shao Kahn was the only one.
Sedimentary rocks.
Ooh.
You're
So
almost
close.
free. I believe in you.
Nobody's catching me.
Rodents.
Nobody's catching me. Why are you guys even trying? Just give up life. Just give it up.
Here comes the next question. European capitals.
What the?
Holy shit. Yeah, I didn't do very well on that one either.
U.S. island territories.
Man, the last game was so close and exciting, and
has consumed you.
There we go. That's one I'll get 100% on, I think.
Super.
Tenderfoot steak.
Ooh.
So the real question is, who can beat the big baby? Maybe
Well,
nobody.
Boo, big baby Jim. Why survive?
So real quick, I can switch
Me
over
too,
to
vintage. Me too, vintage.
what? What was said? I can't see anything.
She just says she hates that game. I hate that game too, especially when you win twice in a row.
Because I'm
Yeah.
good.
You suck. Or maybe we just all suck. It's okay. I've got to run. Y'all keep playing. This was fun, though. We should do this more often. I enjoyed the game.
I
Ben,
think
guys,
it's
thanks for hanging out for so long. A lot
yeah,
of fun.
vintage.
Thumbs up, y'all.
I have.
You're just gonna keep talking.
I have a request, right? I had a request
For a rap battle?
for Mad vs. City.
And we give to our fans.
Hey, I guess it's robot night. Come on in.
Alright. If you thought I was bad at the last game,
Yeah, making raps. Have you played this game before?
I have sat in the crowd for this game. I have not played it.
Do we have anybody else in chat that actually anymore? Or
Doors open in
I
3,
guess we're just going.
2.
Somebody's going
One.
against a robot. I'm gonna try to make this as wrestling themed as I can. I'm gonna make it challenging for myself.
You know who it is, Shadow Master MC. And tonight we got a lot of different styles of MCs in here. Yo, Rach, time to take over. Man, this looks like Chicago all over.
All right, I can do this. Okay, we're moving on then. Yo, where is Gene the Supreme at? Tell him to get up in here and grab the mic.
Mean
He's
Gene
on.
Supreme.
Shadow, what'd you find out?
No, it's cool. Let him stay. I was hoping to get stomped through the pavement today. Let's get it in. Time to get them lyrics down. I need you to write a word or a phrase, then an entire line that rhymes with the one that we give back to you. You need help? Just use the suggestion button on your device.
Hello. Okay, you're about halfway through your writing time.
I tried so
Here's
hard
the
to make
matchups
this
for round one.
a
First
wrestling
battle of the
scene
night,
thing
y'all.
to the
Let's get it
detriment of
started.
it.
Players, be sure to give props or tell them if they whack by using your devices.
Oh, TB and Christopher.
Check out my grill all studded with kryptonite. I can fly high, like the hurricane when he takes. I never need to shower. I smell like a double stuffed, but Jimmy has that B0, like a single stuffed Julio's.
All right, thanks.
It's a problem
Now
because
we
when you
gotta
make
move
the
on.
lines too long, it's
Yeah,
hard to
it's
catch
your
up.
turn now.
Run and find cover cause I'm about to fall. Going to wipe the floor with you. I'm an adult, I'm a full-fledged nun. Locked up tight, you all won't get none.
Ooh, none and none. I like it. I like it.
Hot garbage. You ever come back here with that whack garbage, I'm gonna start dismantling everything on you from head to toe. All right, y'all, it's voting time. Let's make it happen.
Christopher gets nothing.
Here's your winner. Congratulations, Shorty. Good job.
Oh,
Next
God.
match,
Here
next
we go.
battle.
This is gonna be ugly.
It's my coronation, call me the queen of wrestling team. Gonna powerbomb your ass, don't call me mean. My wallet's full like an overstuffed suplex. But I will Hulk your ass through this wrestling cineplex.
That was okay. Let's keep it moving. Did you hear what they just said? You gonna let them get away with that?
Come on, Gene.
I'm knee deep in rhymes, better get a hollow gore. It's the one in which hot soup's been poured. I'm so good looking, everybody says, zoinks. The cutest thing about pigs? Probably their oinks.
Oh my God, the computer in this game is so
something better.
bad.
Check it. Tell me who was the whack cat, and then tell me who was the hotline.
Don't you vote for the robot just to vote for the robot? Don't you do that? Don't you do that, Christopher?
Congratulations, Shorty. That was pretty decent. Good job.
He's nothing if not
That's what I'm
predictable.
talking about, y'all. Good job. Now let's check out the numbers. Let's see who's winning this right now. Time to get right.
Hello. Got half of your writing done? Cause you should.
I hate it when you put a right word, but then it gives you a whack line.
Hitting the writer's block. Remember to use that write for me button.
All right. kind of proud of my first line. Not so proud of my
Come on
second
now.
line.
These are the round 2 matchups
Christopher
based on how
versus
you
the
did in round
robot.
1.
Even if
The
you do
money
well
gets a
against
lot
them, I'll
better in the
vote for
second
you.
round. First battle.
Unlike you,
Let's get it going.
who just votes against me.
You're going down in a blaze of joy. Your food is bland, needs more soy. You're too weak to use the iPhone. Eating too much, lay off the calzone.
That was kind of cool. I know you can do better than that, though.
Your turn. Come on down.
You know how much harder this is when you try to make it wrestling themed, though?
You gotta come strong. I'm a battle in Marmoset. My goal's to pet one, but I haven't yet. You can't hide from me, not even in Morocco. I'll come find you after I eat this chicken taco.
What's with you guys in the food?
All right. We heard that. Let's keep it
What's
moving.
with you guys in the
The
food?
battle is now officially
I-
over.
Do I like
You should
calzones or chicken tacos
figure out
more?
who it
I
is
just
that
kept
was the
thinking I
dope.
was gonna go up against you, so I was thinking of fat jokes.
Do I like calzones or chicken tacos? Gene got the cheer
And our winner
bonus.
is you. Congratulations.
Next 2 robot battlers. Let's get it in.
Here we go.
I'm HBO, but your WWE network. Imagine and you are a little jerk. You ever hear the one about the weak ass fool? He couldn't pin anyone, not even swallow you two.
Thank y'all. Let's keep moving. All right, it's your turn.
As looks go, you're far from kayfabe. You try to be a star but are just a nitro babe. I need a microscope, your skills so shoot. So we'll finish my rise with a flex and a poof.
That was okay. Wasn't the best I heard, but it wasn't the worst either. Time to pick somebody to vote for. Let's get those votes in.
Oh god. Oh man.
Okay, good job. Good job. We got your winner. Hey, man, come on. Watch where you step. All right, y'all. That's the end of round 2.
Oh man.
Let's go ahead and check the scores.
We're going against each other again. You're going against the
You
robot.
know the drill.
again.
It's the same thing as round 2.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh. Gonna destroy a building. Gonna destroy a building.
You got about a minute left. Think and type.
Boom. Done. Christopher, trying to beat Gene Christopher. Not gonna beat Gene Christopher. Losing to me, Gene Christopher. Christopher, trying to beat Gene. Christopher, losing to me, Gene. Christopher.
Remember to use that write for me button if you're coming up blank.
We need to have Sarah watching this too. Sarah would be in on this big time.
You better get them fingers moving.
All right, here we go.
Okay, here are the final matchups.
Final matchup.
Look at all that money just waiting to be yours.
You ready to go?
The final.
Let me hear you get at 'em.
Countdown. Matchups.
Why don't you leave? Go back to the Arctic. You got ibs that ass's butt stick. You can't shake me, I'm made of snot. You're old and rotten, just leave it to rot.
Right, I see you, Swag. Yo, you gotta get that.
I'm falling asleep. Your verses are plebeian. So I close my eyes and dream of the Caribbean. I'm talking now, so listen up, mister. Wearing flip-flops will give you blisters.
Okay, alright, that's cool.
Gene, always there with
Okay,
the,
now it's over.
facts.
Who's the dopest rapper? Who's the wackest cat?
I'll be nice, Christopher.
Thank you.
Although it might cost me
Congratulations.
actually being able to win.
Woo, I'm glad you all stuck around for the main event. It looks absolutely fire.
Forget Ghostbusters for you, I'd call Burger King. What will your ass and make you sing? I'm not afraid of you. You remind me of a dad. Pants up to your armpits, damn you look sad.
Really? That's what you came up with?
Oh,
Yo, where the next spot
man.
at? Get your gears in gear.
You could write a book called How to Bite. But your name isn't Tyson, so give up the fight. Clack, clack, clack. Pull my heels on your back. They say the lion tamer's deadly. What do you think of that?
Hey, trying to do all these things wrestling themed is
All
not
right, now
easy.
you gotta use your devices to find out who
But I'm
gonna make
trying.
it and who gonna get slayed.
Did Christopher win?
Got your
Because
win.
we voted,
Let's
because we
move on,
pity
y'all.
voted for him?
Now that
Did that
was
just happen?
dopeness.
Did we just
Let's check
did
out
we
the
just
scores and see
make
who
him
won.
win?
No way. Congratulations to the big, gigantic,
Vintage, we fucked
robotic
up.
MC.
We
We would like to
we
thank all the
fucked up.
battlers that came out.
There's
Now
no
look,
way.
try not to tear nothing on your way out of here.
Either you or
gotta
me are
go.
the clear winner. There's no way it's him. We gifted him. We gifted him.
Yo, who's that? Shadow Master MC. Known to crush bones and make your blood bleed. Assassin type tactics, swift with death blows. Crush domes of rapping clones and rhyme drones. Bring out your best
Stop
to take your
dancing.
neck and chest. You need a whole army if you think it's swift.
What happened?
I stopped streaming.
That was fun.
Start to work to closing it down. We can do that a lot more for sure.
Yeah. I think everybody left. My dancing made everybody leave.
Yeah. We'll do more of that. No problem. We can set it up for sure.
What is this? This is just the Streamlabs bot all of a sudden's yelling at Vintage. You do not yell at Vintage, Streamlabs bot. You leave her alone. That is just awful. I apologize, Vintage.
Because she just went card against humanity. That would be crazy.
It thought she
You ever
was
play
trying
Cards
to
Against Cards Against Humanity?
I've played Cards Against Humanity. Never like online though, but it'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
That'd be fun. We'll do that
Have
for
you
next time.
made custom? Have you made custom decks? Is the custom card a midget Ric Flair shitting in a bucket?
Is that a thing?
That's no. I mean, like that's one of the cards. One of the more known cards is like a midget shitting in a bucket or something like that.
Oh.
So.
We're going off the rails. All right.
Off of the rails.
How
many followers did we get tonight? We got one. So
we got
32
one.
followers.
We got one.
I can get us some more easily from some.
We are
people.
on our way to emotes. That's all I want. No, we definitely do want to play vintage. We want to play with everybody who's willing to hang out with us and deal with us, just bantering back and forth.
Pretty much deal with me being in hotel rooms because it's going to happen a lot more than you think the rest of the year. Be living in them.
And then we got a nice note from the boss, and I would agree with his statement. It felt like the original old times of hanging out, just randomly talking wrestling and letting the conversation just take us wherever it was going to take us.
God, those conversations used to be so bipolar, man. They were all over the place.
Yep. It's good times.
The good old days. Could use a cocktail too, if I'm honest.
I could too. All right. We're going to wrap things up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thanks for hanging out, Vintage. Thanks for everybody else hanging out. We
We'll be back
appreciate
next weekend.
We will always talk wrestling. We will always be here to talk wrestling. Don't know what the topic will be next week, but we'll try to mix in some other stuff too. And we got.
It might be a set topic. It might be a homework topic. That's why you should always follow us. Follow us at the Bald Monkeys, because I'll end up tweeting out what that topic will be, what that homework assignment is, and then everybody watches it and we talk about it. So if you haven't seen it, or if you do know it, well, that's great. But if you haven't seen it before, you might come on and be like, I've got no idea what these guys are talking about. But that being said, you could come into the stream at any time. We could be talking about something, and the topic will be dedicated to that until we're finished talking it, but we'll always come back and answer any questions we may have.
Yeah, and go ahead and hit up at the Bald Monkeys on Twitter, Vintage, and you'll be talking directly with Jimmy, and I'm sure he'll be interested in talking about those belts, or belt, or tings. So that's it for us.
Beltings.
I'm gonna play the old outro, and then I'm gonna end it, and then I'm gonna go and get something to eat because I'm a fat kid too.
Without the fat kid body.
That'll happen.
Oh, I hope you can feel my pain soon. See you
One
later,
day.
everybody. Have a good night.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The Bald Monkeys. You can also catch our interviews on WrestleJoy.com. Watch any of our other interviews or our roundtable podcasts at YouTube. Just search for The Bald Monkeys. And listen to the Bald Monkeys podcast on Apple iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from.